Alright.
Man, there's a channel I watch. I don't know if we're up yet or not, but there's this channel I watch where they're constantly there's a channel I watch, and they constantly get banned and are always surprised. Where they're constantly there's a
Oh, yeah.
Alright, looks like we're both coming through. And it's like every time, it's like, oh, we'll put a semi-naked picture up. Oh, well, that's probably why your fucking channel got banned for a while. You know? Like,
yeah, that is kind of silly. Like, I can't believe this happened.
Yeah, it's like, beginning to doubt. Press F to doubt. Like, it's entertaining to me nonetheless. Like, it's not like I'm like, I care. It's just like, you know,
Yeah,
you keep getting banned for the same thing,
they
and you keep doing it, but you keep acting surprised. It's like if you walk around sucking a bunch of cocks and a bunch of fucking comments up on your face, don't be shocked if it keeps happening. Because it's always some sort of pornographic thing.
Be surprised if people start calling you a cocksucker and you're
exactly.
Cock.
Well, it's like what was it? One of the things they got in trouble for was posting some video clips from TikTok of apparently there's a new TikTok trend, or an old one at this point. I don't know if it's new or old. What's up, Samaj? But it's a TikTok trend where apparently they get the shadow from behind when they're wearing like a dress or something so that you can see the outline of their vagina in shadow. And they posted some video clips of that, and they got like banned off of YouTube because they were reacting to it. And I'm like, look, man, some things you just like, no one should have to tell you.
You should know that's going to be potentially getting you banned.
Yeah, but these are women. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to try and get what they can.
Oh no, it's not women. It's a YouTube channel that does like reactions to things. Hmm? So the TikTok women aren't getting banned
they were
from
reacting to the kind of shit.
These people keep posting really sexual shit and then wondering why they get banned from like fucking YouTube. Like it strikes over and over.
It's a weird, like, some people get away with it and some people don't. And sometimes trends vary. Like, one of the other things that I'm always surprised by is, like, breastfeeding videos. It's like, no nudity. Like, that stuff, like, or if you do, it's like a mature or something or other. But there's a lot of women out there who say it says it's educational, and as such, they can show it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows how that works.
One of the loopholes.
There was like
that is a loophole, though.
Yeah, and like there's a series of clips from a porno of a lactating woman who's like just doing that, and then people are just taking these clips, posting them on YouTube, and calling them educational. I've been on Pornhub. I've been lonely. I've looked this shit up. I know what that is.
Good lord.
The other one that always surprises me because I don't know why it's labeled as this, but naked yoga is another one.
Oh yeah, naked yoga. I've seen some of that shit. I even like looked it up not while I was streaming, but like.
Now, I've also noticed these things come in waves. So like when people start making a fuss, then they start taking down the videos. Once like a month or so goes by, they start re-uploading them again. It's the same thing with naked yoga.
Oh, yeah, take it down for half a minute and then be like, well, they're not looking this time. Go, go, go.
Exactly, and so they do it all the time. There's zero consistency on this site. It's the same thing with Twitch. I think Twitch is a little bit more blatant because it's like on Twitch you can call out like people like body painting and it's like that's clearly nudity and all that shit, but then they skirt around it somehow. I don't really know. It used
to be the body paint thing back in the day. They would be doing the body paint. And they'd be fucking naked.
On Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm wearing pasties though, and a very small G-string.
if even that.
Yeah, and you're like, you're fucking naked. You're
What?
getting on there so 13-year-olds can jack off and empty their fucking parents' credit card to you.
And it's so blatantly like hypocritical. Like, there's this other one. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. Her name is Zombie Unicorn. And
oh
she's
yeah, I remember hearing about her because she made that big old stink over being in like the
Bully Hunters.
Oh, I was thinking it was the thing about like the titty, the fucking booth babes or whatever. She made a big old stink over that, but she was dressing like them.
Yeah, there was that too. So
that was a while ago. That was years ago, but yeah.
She's a monumental hypocrite in that she does bitch about that, but she does body painting. And then, starts, and then she makes a fuss over that. It's like, it's my art, that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, but it's still sexual. You're still sexualizing yourself to get clicks and all the other crap. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like you're getting naked for the some sort of artistic reason. You're getting naked because it gets you money. Like,
yeah, well, and like you were mentioning earlier about the booth babes. It's like, oh, that's not okay, but when you get your tits out on your channel, that's okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, the problem that she has, if she was actually honest, is the fact that she's nowhere near as hot as the booth babes, and that's why she has a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong if I remember correctly. She was hot, but certainly not like on par with.
Really.
Like,
I mean, she was okay.
Well, you're looking at personality.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from a purely physical perspective, she was hot. She wasn't like
hold on, maybe I'm misremembering.
Supermodel
I remember
hot or anything like that. But most guys would be like, "All right, I'm in."
Yeah, well, she's not unattractive, but she's not. I mean, she's pretty average, if I remember correctly.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't, but she wasn't booth babe hot. She was hot, just not booth babe hot.
I mean, like, yeah, she's crazy and insane. I wouldn't want to deal with that.
Well, see, that's the thing. You guys are factoring in from the personality as well as the looks. I'm just saying from a looks perspective only.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Maybe I'm misremembering it.
She's decently hot, but she's not like a 7 or an 8 is what I'm saying. We're like there's not a lot of dudes that would turn her down.
Yeah.
God damn, there's way too much art of fucking zombie unicorns. Jesus Christ.
Actual zombie unicorns.
Yeah.
But you're trying to find the streamer. Yeah. I mean, always that's a good thing.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. I remember her being pretty fucking average, but maybe I'm remembering her wrong.
She's quite average, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, she's okay. I mean, calling her hot is, a little generous. She's all right. She's not. Yeah, she's not. I guess hot's all right, but barely.
Yeah, she's certainly not like booth babe hot. She's not like stunner. But like.
Yeah, it's not somebody that
But you would certainly, if she came up and hit on you at a bar, you'd be like, all right, I guess I'm going home with that tonight.
Probably.
Yeah, those are pretty large tits. I don't know. Without the tits, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but also, with the personality, it's like a 0, so it's not like...
Yeah. Yeah, you can put it aside, I guess, to fucking slam her one night.
You know what they say about crazy and whatnot.
Not gonna date her.
Yeah. Same thing. You'd destroy your life if you
did.
Well,
wrap it up. Yeah, just make sure you don't do what I did and fucking knock them up.
Get her pregnant.
Yeah.
You don't want to put a baby in that. Don't put a baby in crazy. It's not good for you.
Yeah. I know from experience. Whatever. My son turned out alright, I guess. It's not all bad, but...
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to meet him, dude. Like a week from tomorrow, dude.
That's right.
You get to meet him in person.
By the way, there's another thing to keep in mind. You know how, and I'm going back on the whole YouTube thing. You know how, well, I was mentioning earlier, sometimes you could have a video or series of videos of whatever the topic is, and then the next day it's, no longer okay. So the thing with YouTube's we were talking about breastfeeding stuff. And, yeah. So, right now, with YouTube, they changed policies and that you can pretty much say whatever you want about any real topic that you want. Problem with that is like if they decide to change that for like the next election, then all those videos you posted could get you a strike.
Retroactively striked. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go after retroactive stuff all the time, which is actually like illegal.
Yeah, but apparently,
but you know, their lawyers, you know, are better than anybody else's. That's for sure. But no, it's actually illegal when you come about like contract stuff. You can't like recreate standards and then be like, well, 20 years ago you didn't follow these standards that we just made.
Exactly, and it's pretty ridiculous, but it's been an ongoing issue. And the fact that they're saying, oh yes, now you can say whatever you want, it's like you gotta be careful because it's like, are they gonna retroactively remove that? And they could. No one says they're not gonna. But they tell you, yeah, don't worry, we're gonna be good. We're not gonna destroy your livelihood.
I mean, they will. But
I would hope they'd
say
they're not like, hey, you got like a week. You got a week to private all these videos. You know, if you do that, you're fine.
That is some silly shit if you really think about it. Yeah.
Even if you private it, it's not going to save you.
I feel like stupid.
I would say, like, back up everything that you got on Rumble, and then, like, when it comes to YouTube, just constantly, like, have, like, 1 or 2 videos and say, yeah, go to Rumble and catch my content.
Switch it off entirely, yeah.
If
Rumble wasn't such a pain in the ass and didn't require that you pay them money to stream and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, like, I'd say stream on YouTube or whatever it is your thing is, but back up the video on Rumble. It's like have it up, but then like download the video and then take it down immediately.
Ah, okay. You're saying switch it over as quickly as possible and be like catch the VOD.
Exactly. I'd say just do that. Because, nothing of this is safe. Like, all this stuff we talk about here, none of this is safe. Your channel's going to get gone by next election, whenever that happens.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's if they don't put Trump in prison for his own election.
Yeah.
For daring to run against the great and wonderful Joe Biden, who's not a pedophile and doesn't fuck little kids.
I don't think that there's
the fact
anything...
that they went after Elon Musk for that shit, and they're not going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For whatever, suppressing some Trump shit. But they never went after, like, the FBI guys that kept the shit about Biden out until after the election and all that. Or Twitter. And Facebook, Twitter, all them actually now, thinking about it.
Yeah.
All suppress that shit. But they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real fucking bullshit.
Yeah, ain't nothing you can do about it. So, I think even if they do get him they can get him in prison if they want to. It's not going to stop him. He's still going to win. I think anything short of assassination is the only way you're going to stop him. And even then, it's like, that's not going to solve.
Yeah, even if he's off the ballot, people are going to write him in. Like, there's going to be a huge amount of people just writing in Trump.
Oh yeah,
even if he's not on the ballot.
Like RFK Jr. is probably like the next best bet, and it's like, what are you gonna do? Assassinate him too? You got like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Oh, RFK Jr. is fucking crazy, dude.
Historically,
the Kennedys don't do well. That's true.
Yeah.
Historically,
speaking historically, yes, they will absolutely kill him. They will fucking assassinate him, like his dad, like his uncle.
They can certainly try.
Like they tried to do with Eddie, but he managed to get off the bridge or whatever, get out of the car, and only his secretary died.
Yeah, that whole
Chappaquiddick. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. that whole thing.
Yeah, he was driving. Went off the fucking bridge. Yeah, his fucking car. He went off a bridge. He somehow got out, and then the secretary like drowned.
There are a lot of people who mysteriously die. Like, I would never hang out with politicians.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, because there really
I remember
are,
thinking
like, a lot of people.
I remember thinking that the Clinton body count was bullshit, and then actually looking into it and like, wow, this is fucked up. Like, it looks like there are people that literally were getting killed because they got high with him, like fucking smoked weed with Bill Clinton. Like that was enough to get you fucking iced.
Because you don't know what he said.
Back in the day.
Yeah, maybe he said something he wasn't supposed to, and it's like, yeah, can't run that risk. Down he goes. Or it could also be that they kill off his buddies, so that way they want to scare the president, saying, yeah, we'll do you like we did with JFK. It could just be that, too.
Yep. Entirely possible.
Because you have to remember, like, the president doesn't really run the show. It's there's a whole cabal of people who run things from behind the scenes.
Oh, there's been like any number of like comics that do like a bit on that, you know, like they talk about how like, you know, when you get elected president, they probably bring you in, sit you down, and be like, here's what's really in Area 51. Here's how we murdered fucking Kennedy. Here's this, and this, and they'll show you how they take care of all the people that don't want to do what they tell them to. And be like, and here's what your fucking agenda is, and what you're going to do is right here on this little piece of paper. Like, you're not making any decisions.
Yeah, you're not actually charged, asshole.
From the get-go, just realize you're a puppet, and that's how it's going to be, you know.
Yeah, I think Trump talked about it, like, all the shit that they fucking hit you with as your president is, like, fucking kind of fucked him up. So I am curious about exactly what that entails.
Well, yeah, I mean, has there been a single president that didn't look like they aged 20 years in the space of 4? You know, like...
Dude, Obama is probably about the worst one, right?
Well,
like, you look at him when he got elected, he's done.
He's just living that gay lifestyle with his husband, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure.
I thought that generally kept him young.
No, the gay lifestyle makes you age a lot faster. There's a lot of meth involved in the gay lifestyle, because apparently liking men means you have to do a lot of meth. According to, like, you know, a lot of the LGBTQ crew. Like, you wonder why they're all fucking crazy. It's because they all do a lot of fucking meth and stuff, which is like a big fucking party drug.
I'll have to ask Amy about that.
Who? Gaming? Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you know. Like, he's probably not one of those dudes, but, like, I bet you he knows that fucking crowd, like, that does that shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure it comes up in his random... I don't know if he still does the random hookups as much as he used to, but... Yeah, I assume there's a lot of them that have the go fast. Like, that's kind of the code for fucking meth. Like in Craigslist and all that. If it says go fast, they're talking about meth.
Code for it in Craigslist?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of like fucking the hookers and shit will mention flowers.
Oh, okay.
As a form of saying, I'm a whore and it's going to cost you money. They mention, they generally will mention flowers.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Yeah, I mean,
I never did this shit. I never did any of this shit. I thought that was fairly common knowledge, I guess.
No?
Yeah, I never fucking hooked up with anybody on Craigslist.
Yeah, no, I've never had anything to do with Craigslist, so...
So, like, what, they ask for flowers?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've never done it, but I've heard of it. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've fucking heard of it happening.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
You learn something new every day.
I suppose.
Daytron knows all the rules about how to find hookers on Craigslist, but he's never used them.
Clearly.
Yeah, roses, I guess, specifically, I think, is what they usually mention.
Roses? Wow, that's kind of fucking
well,
sad.
There's plenty of... Yeah, you telling me there's not some shit that you're not into that you're aware of how it works, dude?
No, I'm just saying that the using roses is kind of sad because roses are used for so many other occasions. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a romantic thing. Yeah, it's like a romantic gesture generally. Yeah. Nope, for the sake of the joke, I'm going to stick with I'm completely innocent and you're not. That's where I'm going.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh, man. That is pretty funny, though. I've never heard that. I've seen a lot of wacky shit on Craigslist. Because I've looked through some of those personals ads, and they're fucking hilarious. I think
Yeah,
my
they are.
favorite one was.
They're pretty fucking funny.
My favorite one was me. I forget it was like something age male, sitting alone in his car masturbating in the parking lot at Walmart on like this address. You know, whoever you are, doing same in your own vehicle, masturbating in the parking lot at Walmart. It's just like,
dude,
man, I'm not going to Walmart if I ever go to there. If I ever go to LA, I'm staying the fuck out of Walmart. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play that game, thanks.
He probably went on to
dude, those are really funny though, but it does show the conceit of women, because it'll be like, yeah, I'm a big fat fucking disgusting whale, but I want a guy that's like in his early 20s, athletic, in great shape. Like there's a lot of that shit.
And then they wonder why none of the guys respond.
The guys do respond. No, they do. That's the thing. They can do that because there will be some young dude that's like, yeah, she's got a vagina.
Well, some guys are desperate. Some guys are desperate, so they'll get anything. But I looked about the delusion of some of these women, and I think part of the problem is like when you're young and you might hook up with like a guy that's like really hot. Mostly it's because that guy just wants to get sex and get out. And then the problem is for a lot of these women is like they'll think that because they once hooked up with a really hot guy, they think, oh yeah, I guess I'm worth that. I'm worth a really hot one, even though that guy was just using her for sex. Her thing, her thought process is like,
she's a fucking slam pig.
Because that's because one time a hot guy hooked up with you, it's like that's not how this works.
Yeah. You were literally just it was a really bad night, and you're the best I could do. Situation. Yeah,
and so I think like some of those, that's the problem with a lot of like good-looking guys is that they know they can get away with it. It's like, but you're just being a scumbag. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So like when I see that, I'm like, God, some hot guy fucked you up, didn't he?
Told you were hot. Just to get.
Yeah, I mean, hot people get horny too.
Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Guys will generally go with whatever they, especially young guys. You know what I mean? They're still all fucking super horny, and they're like, all right, I couldn't find an attractive one. Let me try this fucking bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
This 300-pound whale.
Like, I mean, I think part of the problem is like women tend to take what men have to say seriously. It's like sometimes they're just playing you, and it's like some women just don't have enough experience with the guys to know that they're not always telling the truth. Sometimes they're assholes, and you shouldn't just let him do whatever he wants with you.
Yeah, we've lost the shame aspect of our society that really helped a lot of people find better like relationships long term.
Well, I think part of the other reason with that is like I think a lot of women don't want to acknowledge that they've been bamboozled by some hot guy.
Oh yeah, well there was a documentary on Netflix about a guy who his whole thing was he would go around and take advantage of lonely women. And like 9 out of 10 of the women would be like, no, we're in love. He really loves me. Like he didn't care about these other women.
Yeah.
Like even after they've all been swindled and lost a bunch of money, and you're like, he clearly doesn't give a shit. Like you haven't heard from him in 2 years, bitch. Like what are you talking about? It's like they really do not want to admit getting bamboozled.
Yeah, I think women because of like the emotional aspect of things, it's like it's really hard for them. And so, like, in a lot of ways, like I feel sorry for them, but I also should be upset that no one's sitting them down and telling them about this. And then sometimes when they do, even though they know, but they still fall for that stuff, it's doubly painful.
Yep, I feel bad for them, but not that bad because a lot of these people are just fucking narcissistic cunts at this point.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean. But so in some cases, I still feel sorry for him. Like someone should have told people about how the world works, and they don't, and they're all delusional. And then it's like I get mad, but at the same time, it's like I just feel sad. Like, really, you people should not be behaving this way.
You would think, yeah.
Did either of you guys see the bitch that was going around for the time blindness nonsense?
No.
What?
You see any of those videos?
The what?
Okay, so
No.
there's this fucking chick. She's like, yeah, she's like talking to like a representative of like a trade school or something. And she's like, they're mentioning like how like if you're late a certain amount of times, you get kicked out of the program. So she was like, okay, so like what accommodations do you have for people like me, people with time blindness? And the guy was basically like, none. And she's going off about how unfair it is. So yeah, time blindness is allegedly the not knowing what late and being an asshole, really. Like it's being inconsiderate and fucking lazy. So I kind of have it, but what I do is not insist that the world accommodate me. I just set a shitload of reminders and alarms and shit to compensate for it. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Anyways.
So if you say you're stopping by my place at like 1, I should expect you around like 10 or 11?
It's not that bad, dude. No, because again, I've learned how to, you know,
my
compensate
aunt
for
was
it.
like that. My aunt would do that shit. Where you'd be like, oh, you're going to be there at noon, and then 9 o'clock in the evening rolls around, and she pulls up, and you're like, the party's fucking over. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So yeah, I put up the picture there just to illustrate that it's not necessarily just even attractive women, because the girl that was doing this is exceptionally ugly in my opinion. Like she's not deformed or anything, but she's not attractive at all. Well, she's just again physically not attractive.
Well, guys aren't that picky, so I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even just hot chicks. It's just fucking women in general now, dude.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
nope,
she's pretty
I've got
average.
a fucking thing. Shit.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go some.
Yep. Yeah, that's like a 5.
Speaking of like,
what fucking world is that a 5?
Speaking of unattractive women,
yeah, you got to rate somebody below a fucking 5, dude.
So I
don't see how you don't rate her less than a 5.
Yeah.
Like, do they literally have to be deformed before you like rate them less than a 5?
What? Oh, for me? I don't know. It depends on what you're talking about. Like.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. It was the first thing that popped into my mind is, God damn, this bitch is ugly.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, even before getting into the time blindness, I'm like, wow. That is an unattractive female. But maybe it's a taste thing, whatever.
So did you hear about
before I forget again? Oh, go ahead. God
damn it. Go say it. Get it out of the way, otherwise you're going to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, it was just a quick thing about the whole educational nudity thing. I was thinking, like, could you get away with, like, actually doing porn if you're like, no, I'm showing people the positions from the Kama Sutra? Like, I assume that would technically fall under education, right?
I guess.
Like, you could literally do all the positions in the Kama Sutra?
You can try.
I would imagine you'd get away with it. I don't imagine they would argue at all, like the first one. Sooner or later, a lot of people would complain and they'd change their mind. But, like, I mean, up front, you'd probably get away with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, that seems like it would fall under educational if they're actually, like, describing it as they're doing it, and they're not just, like, you know, having some weird pizza or cable guy situation pretending that it's not a porn.
Yeah.
In this position, it's called this, and it goes like this. Like, wouldn't be the hottest porn, but it seems like it should fall under the educational thing.
Well, I mean, fucking, they had the dick or dildo, and that was allowed on YouTube.
I suppose. So I was going to say, in regards to like people and how they look, did you guys see that video about that that officer in the UK and the autistic girl?
No.
So what happened was is that apparently there was an altercation between this autistic girl who apparently, because she doesn't know what she's saying half the time, made a comment about an officer looking like a lesbian like her grandmother. And this is in the UK. And apparently, for some odd reason, that's an arrestable offense. And so,
wow.
And so, like the mother was there, and she was trying to tell the officer, look, she's autistic. She doesn't know any better, because it just sort of blurts out there. And this officer, he was like almost hysterical, just upset that she would outright say any of this stuff and saying like,
oh my god, really?
Yeah,
was
and so
fucking crying? What a fucking bitch.
Oh yeah, she wasn't crying, but let me tell you, she's like an Ellen DeGeneres, obviously lesbian look-alike person. Probably is a lesbian, and she's in the UK.
So yeah, the autistic chick wasn't like assigning any judgment with it. She was just making an observation, I'm assuming.
Like, yeah, exactly. You look like a lesbian, right? Just like my grandma, and like her grandma's a lesbian, I'm assuming.
Yeah, her grandmother was a lesbian.
Or at least
and she loves her grandmother and all that stuff. So it wasn't a big deal. But apparently this officer was so upset and so bothered by this that and so the officer was there with another guy and of course this kid who's autistic. And so you lay hands on an autistic kid, they'll often freak out, like have huge meltdowns. And they ended up calling in more officers who are like violently tackling this 16-year-old girl. She's a 16-year-old autistic kid who's now having officers and is getting obviously traumatized. The mother's upset, and this lesbian woman is just sort of standing there, arms crossed, watching the whole thing as this kid's getting, fucking manhandled by like 3 other officers. Just
were there dollar signs in her eyes?
I don't know. She looked.
Oh, you said it's Britain. Never mind.
Yeah, it's
probably get away with it.
Yeah, it's in the UK. I think they do have like laws about like profanity and other nonsense about that. But yeah, I remember seeing this and it was absolutely insane. And so like they record the whole thing. Of course it's the UK, so like nothing's gonna happen. Boy, oh boy, that was a power trip.
What kind of weak fucking trash are they hiring for cops?
Well, it's the UK.
Oh my god! Somebody called me a name. Oh no! Like if that's your fucking police force, Jesus fucking Christ! Just stop being a country. Just give up and hand over the fucking keys to someone else because you're obviously fucking retarded. Like if your cop can't handle being called a name, like that's just fucking. I mean, you've ascended the top of the pussy meter. There's no more. You can't be more of a pussy than that.
Dude, that's a great picture, dude. That is so perfect. Hold on, I gotta share this because this fucking screenshot. I looked it up because I had to see this officer. But yeah, you can see the officer with her fucking arms crossed, just looking super pissed. It's a perfect fucking thumbnail. Here, I'll post it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to find
her getting taken down.
Good lord.
Yeah, and she's laying the male officers like manhandle this kid, and she's just sort of standing there and watching. It is like the most offensive. I was like noticeably upset when I saw that. It's like
well, I hope the fucking British people are too. Like,
I hope so, but you have to remember
and be like, what have we done? Like this fucking teenager said something. And now this police officer gets to call in a bully squad to beat the fuck out of her?
You have to remember, this is in the UK.
Hey, call for backup.
Yeah, exactly. For a 16-year-old kid. An autistic kid having a meltdown. Yeah, exactly. So, like, you have to remember, like, this is in the UK. Like, during the whole COVID stuff that was going on, like, they literally would storm your house if a phone call came in saying, like, you didn't wear your mask or you have too many people in your home on Christmas or something. Like, and they would like because there's like this famous video. They get a phone call from this guy in his apartment. The cops literally break down his door. Like, it starts off with one cop looking around. And he walks in with like 6 other cops. They check out every room, Is it because someone said this guy's having a party? And he's he's visibly upset, and you can't do anything about it. You can't charge the cops for breaking down your door.
I'd be busy. I mean, oh no, there's too many people in your apartment for COVID. Better send 5 more.
Exactly. It's it's absolutely insane.
Response. You could have sent out a bully squad.
Yeah.
Well, and we actually had a similar thing here in Canada when there was a Thanksgiving Day dinner, because you were only allowed to have so many people in your home, and some neighbor said that they had too many people in there, and they didn't. But the cops literally stormed inside this people's home in Montreal, and they took out they didn't have a reason to arrest anyone, but they still arrest someone. They took the son, who was this 23-year-old guy, and they dragged him out of the house, and they tried to close the door because they were filming, and they opened the door again, and you see him tackling this kid, or I shouldn't call him, he's a 23-year-old guy, but it was insane, absolutely insane. But in the UK, no one has.
It would be really fucked up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, in the UK, it's one of those places that nobody has any guns, no one has a right to self-defense, and as a result of all that, the police can do whatever they want to you, whatever they want, and they're not afraid of any recourse whatsoever, which is part of the reason for you guys in America have the Second Amendment and all that stuff. The police are a lot more polite. You don't think that because you guys bitch about your cops all the time. Your cops are a lot more polite than other places in the world. Canada is one of the places that it's about to become like the UK or Australia. Anyway, go for it.
Oh yeah, no. What I was gonna say about the COVID thing, it would be really fucked up if all 6 officers go in and now there's too many people in here. Now we can arrest you fuckers.
Yeah.
Well, or the UK one if they start arresting each other.
In the UK, they essentially have
6% in.
For the UK, they essentially have immunity, the cops. You can't really do anything to stop them. They can do pretty much anything they want to anyone, and arrest you for nebulous reasons.
There is a legal thing in the U.S. It's called qualified immunity. The police have qualified immunity in order to go after the police, legally speaking, you do have a pretty big hurdle to overcome. Luckily, the courts have a precedent of dismissing that immunity for cases where they were extremely violent or arrested the wrong person entirely and just or tore the wrong house apart kind of thing. Using their power. Yeah. Sometimes they basically don't get that, but a lot of the cases really just end with. Well, they weren't intending to do harm to anyone, even though harm was done. So they have qualified immunity, and we can't sue them for any of this. They can't be held liable for any of the damages. So that's a similar thing in the U.S. It just they don't get away with as much.
You would think.
I didn't get to watch this video, but I just posted it. There seems like some kind of abuse of power. The title of the video is Atlanta illegally destroys house, now they want the land.
Sounds about
I didn't get to watch the video, so I don't know exactly what happened. But yeah, apparently they fucking destroyed his house. And now they're like, okay, now we're gonna just take the land too. The fuck out of here. Put you on a reservation.
Did he build something that was out of code, maybe? That would be
I know that
they could go after him.
That's why I'm saying I didn't get to watch the video.
I know. I'm just positing theories. I'm not expecting you to know the answer.
Yeah.
It could be one way. It could be he didn't build up to code, or it could have been maybe what do you call it? He didn't pay his property tax.
Well, it says illegally destroyed it.
Well, I think that
it says they illegally destroyed the house. Probably not, but yeah, it definitely. I should have fucking watched the goddamn video.
There are ways that people can get away with that and do things, and I don't think that they should have this part. It's like was it housing associations, and they have these crazy things. I remember hearing about this one guy. They said if you don't mow your grass, they'll put was it a lien on your house or something, or find some way to
they can essentially find there's ways that HOAs can force you to sell your house, and even in some cases, they can straight up just seize the property under certain circumstances and take it from you.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly
HOAs are fucking evil.
I think like there probably was a logical reason for why something like that should exist, but I think that it can easily be abused.
Well, it probably
and it is.
Decent, hardworking people don't want to spend extra time policing their neighbors. So the people that get in charge of HOAs are invariably fucking garbage. They're the shitty trash people who have nothing to do with their time. So instead of, getting a hobby, they decide, you know what, my neighbor can't fucking mow his lawn before 7 a.m. in the morning. If he gets up at 6:45 and mows his lawn, I'm going to lose my fucking bricks. Those are the pieces of shit that end up in charge of HOAs, because the people that actually are worth something, decent people, they got jobs.
Yeah.
They got hobbies. They don't care what you're doing in your fucking house. They don't give a shit what you paint your fucking walls.
Yeah, anybody who wants that position as head of the HOA or whatever main member should be disqualified.
Should be immediately placed in prison.
Yeah, people that definitely don't want to do it should be forced to do it.
They should just not have.
You know
HOAs.
what I mean? Like
HOAs?
people that aren't. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's why I said that's why I chose my house to be built where I did.
Yeah.
Because that development that was building the houses wasn't going to have an HOA.
Yep, I think there's one way you could resolve HOAs and actually make it so that they had to be useful to continue on. And that's simple. Whenever the property changes hands, like you're selling it, the buyer has the option to join the HOA or not to join the HOA. Unless the buyer is related by marriage or blood to the seller. Because you do want to keep people from being able to just get around it in sneaky ways or whatever. But, if they're just selling it to some random person, that person can say, hey, based on what I know about this HOA, I'd love to join it. Or, based on what I know about this HOA, I have no interest in it whatsoever, and they can just not join it. If they just take away the ability for HOAs to force the HOA along with the sale of the home, they'd either have to get really good and be worthwhile, or they'll just stop existing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're, again, almost universally awful. I'm sure there's some positive HOAs.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I would assume they're the exception.
If they suddenly had to, compete and make it worthwhile for people to join them, then it would go back to being like what it was originally. We're going to, we're going to collect money from everybody and keep the neighborhood park clean, and we're going to fucking keep the streets nice, and we'll all the... all the planters or grass or whatever that's not somebody else's specific property, we'll take care of cleaning that and use all these funds for that. And then maybe we'll build a community pool or something. It would go back to what it originally was, where it was they had to earn your make it worth your while, so that the money you spent was you got value for your money.
Yeah, was it you that shared the story of the video about the people that had just gotten arrested because they stole $2 million from the HOAs and
yeah,
shit?
There was some people that had, it was more than two. It was somewhere in the range of 3.5, they think. They're not entirely positive.
Yeah, it was some weird association.
Yeah, it was
they were in charge of a bunch of different HOAs.
It's one of the biggest ones in the world or something like that. It was they were in charge of just a fucking huge amount of properties. And I think it was one of the first HOAs.
So yeah, they could easily take a little bit from each.
Yeah, I was listening to one of the Reddit stories, so take it with a big grain of salt. But supposedly this guy who lived next to an HOA, he wasn't actually an HOA member because his house had been built long before any of those ones were. He had a nice classic car, and he refused to join the HOA. And they kept trying to make him get rid of his car, and he said no. And eventually the HOA president fucking got all ninja suited up and went up and fucking lit it on fire. You know, like, and he had like security cameras because you know he's like, I'm in a constant dispute and this lady's out of her fucking mind, so he had security cameras. I don't know. It's just like a standard thing. Mostly, he had said to record audio so that they couldn't claim he said or agreed to anything that he didn't.
Right.
But good enough quality to catch her face and land her with a 7-year prison term. Because for some reason, the authorities really just don't care for people lighting shit on fire at random. Like, there's something about that they don't like.
Yeah. Damn extremists.
Yeah, and then
not letting people light other people's shit on fire.
Yeah, and the ones with the $3.5 million, they think they were in some sort of like money laundering scheme. Like they were charging fees that didn't go to anything, that weren't really fees. They lied about the fees, and then they were running the money through certain things to like launder it through the HOA itself. So they're in a lot of fucking trouble. Like they're probably going to be in prison for a long, long fucking time. Or they'll just have to pay a lot of money. I don't know. It's hard to tell because it's white-collar crime.
Yeah, I think it's still criminal, though. I don't think that's just civil, right? Like embezzlement or fucking money laundering is not a civil.
No,
that's a criminal act.
It is a criminal act, but it's white-collar crime, so it's not, like, treated for some reason the same as you would. Like, you can steal a car worth far less and go to prison for far longer than if you steal from a bank by embezzling.
It's almost like it's you just get like hit with like big fines and shit, and maybe a little prison time. It's like, if you're still $10 million and the fine is like $2 million, like you're still up $8 million.
Yeah, and like, there's no real way to force you to get the money back or anything like that. They don't ever do anything like that. It's real fucking weird.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, the fine should go, first of all, you got to give all the money back and then get fined. Like, that's the way it should fucking work.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
They got a lot of money for lobbying.
But it's white-collar crime is weird in the sense that, like, were you to have stolen that much from a bank or a convenience store or something, you'd be doing 20 years times a million, because it's so fucking much. But, like, because you stole it from a bunch of fucking old people and claimed they were making an investment, it's not as big of a crime, apparently.
Yeah. That's 3 years probation. You steal a car, though, 20 years.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. It doesn't make any sense, but there it is.
Yeah, all that shit's fucking nuts.
Yeah, and then I saw that like the fraud against the elderly is massively increasing over the last couple of years.
No, you don't say.
Something to the range of like it's increased in like $2.5 billion over the course of the last year.
God damn. Is it romance scams? That's a big part of it.
I don't know. It didn't specifically say what kind, so I mean I don't know what's the most common one. But man, it's
a few years. Dude, I thought everybody was aware of the romance scams by now, but apparently they are not.
Oh, where like somebody pretends to be in love with them, and then like.
I think it's going to get worse only because there's so many lonely people up there right now. They're probably going to get worse.
Like that Beatles song. Mm-hmm. All the lonely people.
Dude, one of them I saw. The fucking the person was claiming to be Darius Rucker. From Hootie and the Blowfish, or he does country music now or whatever. But literally, he was claiming to be Darius Rucker, and so, because he was allegedly getting divorced, he couldn't spend any of his own money, so he needed her money. And these people end up giving him like tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, dude. And like they don't seem to recognize the pattern that like almost all the interactions at a certain point are like, oh no, now I need money for this. But don't worry, as soon as all this clears up, as soon as my divorce is final, I'll pay you right back.
Well, and why would he not have the money to live like? Because even if you're getting divorced, they don't they don't take away all your access. Like you still get to like pay your rent and buy your fucking food and stuff.
Yeah, it's laughable, but people fall for this shit. One of them was pretending to be like an army colonel or like somebody high up in the military, and it was claiming that he needed like $10,000 to get out of out of Syria or whatever country he was allegedly in. Like, yeah, no, that's how that works. Like, that wouldn't be a fucking gigantic international incident if it actually happened, if it was actually true.
Yeah, oh yeah.
People are like, okay, I'll give it to you. Oh no, I'll pay you right back as soon as I get out of this country. Oh shit, it turns out I need more because of this thing. And these fucking idiots keep giving them money, dude.
You know, the amount of money it takes to get dictators out of prison these days is just too damn high.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was somebody claiming to be an American fucking, high up in the military that was allegedly claiming to this old bitch that he had to pay all this money to get out of fucking whatever country he was in. And that was believable. Fucking amazing, dude.
Well, you know what?
I have to head out.
Later, man. Have a good time, Mr. Samaj.
No problem. But before I go, I wanted to mention I posted a video in the general about what they do with genetically altered apples. I don't know if I've ever told you guys about what they do. Because they don't come out red, they come out white. And so they literally paint them red. So it's a video of them painting apples. Then they coat it in black.
Apples?
Wow.
There are apples that are normally that color.
No, they are not.
No, there are apples that just are naturally that color. Like, that's weird that they would paint those red. Because you buy a Golden Delicious apple and it's that color when you get it.
Yeah, those are genetically altered apples. Apples don't come in that color. They go from green and then they go to red. They don't come white. That's not a normal color for apples. And the ones that you're thinking of, I've not seen that in
the grocery store. My mistake. My fucking lying eyes.
No. What you're seeing is I'm not saying that what you're seeing aren't apples. They are apples, but they're genetically altered apples. There was some that even taste like grapes called grapples.
No, Golden Delicious apples. Like a lot of the times you get them, they're like a real pale yellow, maybe, or a white, and then they ripen up to a little more gold. But I'm like, there are apples that come in similar colors. It's weird that they're painting those at all. Yeah, well, because they're supposed to be that way. Anyway, they're coating them waxing and stuff. But yeah, there are factories that literally paint apples. Just putting that out there. And they do that for they make fake rice over in China and shit. There's some weird fucking stuff they fake over there.
Yeah, they do.
Are these purple potatoes that I see? Are those fake too?
Probably. No. I think with the potatoes, they just like drip them in dye. Same thing with like cauliflower. Because sometimes you'll see like odd colored cauliflower. Because you can color those with like food coloring. It's weird. I don't recommend it, but I mean you could.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I gotta head out, so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Alright, peace out. Peace out.
Oh man, that is a weird fucking thing. Painting your fucking apples.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, dude.
I wish I could show some of this.
But yeah, you've seen the bags of like the
getting banned.
Yeah, you've seen the bags of the potatoes that are like the.
Yeah, there's purple potatoes.
And shit, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
aren't actually dyed though, I assume, right?
They're natural. Okay. Yeah, it's just like
gemstone.
The potatoes are one of those things that are like everywhere, and so there's just fucking tons of varieties of potatoes. Similar to apples.
Yeah.
Apples are literally grow all over the fucking world, and there's thousands of varieties, and some of them are very pale. Some of them would be white. Like that's just it's not an unnatural apple color. Yeah, those look like Golden Delicious apples.
Yeah. So the little package.
That's exactly what they look like.
Oh,
in the
did he
store.
post it?
Yeah, he posted the video in the Discord. Yeah, like it's right before the fucking kneel before Zod people. Right after the illegally destroyed house. Missing?
Oh, okay, all right. No, wait, it's not. Oh, it's not showing the pic. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I don't doubt that they're painting apples in order to make them like more sellable because red apples sell.
Yeah.
And I know that they've always like one of the things they've always put on apples for a very long time, probably not since recently, but like for like ages, is a very thin coating of edible wax. Like that's been on apples for a very long time. That I think they used to do that when they put them in barrels.
Wow.
I don't think that's a new thing. Hold on.
Man, they are painting away, man. Jesus, can you imagine having to do that for several hours a day? Jesus Christ. I can't do anything repetitive like that, dude. I lose my fucking mind after like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not built for... My brain was not built for factory work, dude.
So apples have a natural wax that coats them. And because it gets scuffed off and washed away during the process of picking and cleaning and separating out good apples, they will spray another coating of thin edible wax on it. It's actually used for a lot of other stuff too, but it's there because it's a preservative. It helps to keep the the food from going bad by keeping
pressure longer.
Keep the air out, yeah. And I was just like, but it's been done for centuries. It's not like it's like a new thing that they've just started doing. It's been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as commerce has been a thing.
The
almost.
The group of people I'm in karaoke with, they're awesome and all, but sometimes the silliness. Right now they're like, do we make the server 18 plus? And I'm like, you guys don't post anything that's even remotely like inappropriate for kids. Like it's like leave it to Beaver wholesome. You know what I mean? Like these are just the whole server is leave it to Beaver wholesome, and they're talking about wanting to put up some like adult jokes and humor and stuff. They're not even talking about like posting up like porn or anything like crazy. And it's wacky how concerned they are. It's like, why are you?
Yeah, they want to be edgy so bad, but they just don't know how to go about it.
Well, and they want to like kick everybody that's under 18 off of the server, and it's like, this is probably one of the few times where like none of these people are bothering you. What's the problem? Like, just make a fucking thing where you either opt into being over 18 or not. And if people lie about it, you can reasonably say, like, no, this person's like 16, then give them a boot. But otherwise, just have your little humor channels be 18 and up only. Like, okay, this is the 18 and up humor channel. And so the younger ones can't get in there. And I think they want to have, like, drinking things. And I'm like, but the fucking video game itself is 13 and up. So, like, we're having private instances, so it's all just us. But, like, I don't think 13-year-old in Wisconsin being in the same fucking instance as, like, a 40-year-old in, like, Nebraska who's drunk off his ass is a problem unless the adult is somehow being weird and creepy or something,
Yeah, especially nowadays, because it's like fucking 13-year-olds nowadays with the internet and all that shit. Like, they're a lot more fucking aware than, like, when we were 13, even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and we're pretty we're pretty on top of things, so...
Probably not a lot. They're not near... So if somebody's fucking being a creep, you get rid of them.
Yeah, they're gone real fast. They're not going to be there very long if they're doing that.
Yeah, it is pretty odd that they, especially if you have separate rooms that you can just designate as, mature content or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
18 plus kind of shit. Yeah, it seems unnecessary to make the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me is like the why do the whole thing? Why not just have a couple channels in there so that people can
I assume that's like their smoke screen, but they just hate kids, which I understand.
Maybe, the thing is, though, there are a couple of people who are under 18 in our server who are not a problem. Like, they just show up and sing at the events. They're not, like, really trying to, like cause issues. They're not harassing anybody or getting, like, crazy and out of line like kids tend to sometimes. And so the way I look at it is like, unless there's a serious issue, which there's really not been, why are you tripping?
Yeah. It sounds like they just hate kids. It sounds like they just hate kids, dude.
Because there is like a positive for kids to be interacting with adults that are not their family. There's a benefit of them being able to see like other like ways of looking at the world kind of thing. It's good for them. As long as it's in like a healthy thing, it's not like a weird sexual thing.
Yeah, you can be exposed to new ideas and relative,
Exactly.
Yeah, although like obviously there are people that are going to.
Yeah, and we don't have any issue with weeding those people out and getting rid of them quick. So
that's always going to be the case.
Yeah, better with us where we're actually paying attention than random rooms where people aren't, and there's nobody who can take any steps to eliminate that particular person from that group of people. Other than if the kid wants to block them or not. And for some reason now it's more and more it's being seen as not cool to block. And so, I don't know. It's such a weird thing to worry about. I don't really care one way or the other ultimately because, like, I'm not getting kicked out. But it seems kind of like...
Gone, Shadow.
It's weird. It's sort of a weird cultural thing for like the younger generation to be like, oh, we can't have swearing around kids. I'm like, dude, if they're fucking 12, you have already lost that fucking concern altogether. Like that's not helping anybody anymore.
Yeah. Probably cursing way more than anybody else, dude. That's why I actually just let my son at a certain point. I'm like, yeah, just don't do it at school or whatever, but I don't really care if you cuss.
Right? Yeah.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, the more you restrict it, the more they're going to do it once they can. Like, you know what I mean? For me, like, when I was, as soon as I was like, 8.
Well, but who cares how much someone's cursing,
I was
honestly?
fucking cussing like crazy because I couldn't. Yeah, it is ridiculous. The concept of bad words is silly. Is kind of silly anyway.
Yeah. Like my parents never worried about like me swearing or whatever, and I can still like, I can stop swearing for a while if I need to because it's like a job or school or some shit. But like, I don't really see the point.
Yeah, you're doing it in a
stressing over it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like when I was at work and I didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah.
I think like the one times I would cuss, I was like, wow, I've never heard you cuss. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh yeah. I guess I do that like not even consciously, like subconsciously. I know like not to be cussing when I'm at work, supposed to be professional or whatever.
Yeah. And isn't that a better lesson to teach kids than to teach them that swearing is wrong? Because it's like, swearing isn't really wrong. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just, There's places where it's inappropriate and places where it's fine. Like you and your buddies want to hang out, cussing a storm up, no worries. You're working at your job and you're representing a company. Like clearly that's not the time for the potty mouth, And so it's like it's much better to teach kids.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where you swear. This is where you don't. And oh darn, no cannibal this time. I'm collecting people in Conan because it's really easy to do and you don't have to pay a lot of attention.
All right.
And
your thralls, your unpaid interns.
My unpaid interns, thank you. Call them thralls as if they were slaves. My slaves I collect. I'm just trying to find dancers and bearers. But I'm collecting a bunch of other ones just out of habit so that I have some for, when interns unfortunately do pass away occasionally. Plus I had to go through and cull the ones that I had placed and replace a bunch of those.
Gotta replenish your supply, dude.
Well, so when
I hear ya.
You catch a thrall, right? You get a little token in your inventory, and you can then place your thrall out in the world. Each thrall has a specific set of starting statistics or stats, right? Like their strength, their
right.
that kind of thing. So that doesn't change because if you get like a Stygian third level fighter, they're all going to be, every Stygian third level fighter is going to have the same amount of strength and everything when you pop them.
Yeah, when you first get them, yeah.
Yeah. And so what you do is you look at the percentage to increase which each level that they gain. So next to each stat is a little percentage number, and then each time they level up, that percentage is how likely they are to get a point in that stat. So the two main stats you want are, obviously vitality and strength, how much damage they do, and how much hit points they have. Or if you're training an archer, you want it to be in agility instead of strength. So you just don't keep the ones that aren't really high percentages. Like I won't keep any of them that are not 80% plus in vitality and neither strength or agility. I'll get rid of them immediately. Just cancel them out.
Yeah,
keep their shit.
Not worth the effort.
Yeah, and then you get to keep a bunch of stuff that they have. Like they have rags that they wear, and each of them has a weapon. So you can take that and throw it in your little what do you call it? It's like a little thing where you throw everything that deconstructs it and gives you some of the materials back. It's I forget what it's called, but it's essentially like a disassembler kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you even get benefit from that, and you don't waste your time spending a couple of hours, 8 or 9 hours, sometimes 16 or 20, depending on the speed at which that type of character levels. Like, why would you level up to 20 somebody who's only got like a 20% chance to get increased stats when, you can have somebody that's got like 101 and 80 in another and 90 in another. It's like, well, that's going to be a way better thrall after the work, so why bother keeping any of the other ones at all?
I hear you.
So you got to have a lot of extras.
My headset disconnected.
12 to 13 thralls, I'd say, for each one that you place.
Yeah.
And each thrall takes about 15 minutes to respawn, so it's a lot of time catching them, but the amount of time it saves in leveling and then having them die because they're weak as shit it's like definitely works. Is worth it.
You put them on the wheel of education.
Yeah, the wheel of education.
Wheel of internship.
The wheel of unpaid internship.
It's called the wheel of pain, right?
Yeah, it's called the wheel of pain. And I don't even know if it's from, like, the actual Conan lore or if it's just from the fucking Schwarzenegger movies. But it's exactly like the Schwarzenegger
actually, I don't
movies.
know.
Where the first one, Conan the Barbarian, he gets kidnapped as a little kid and put up on that wheel, and he keeps pushing it until suddenly he's like fucking juiced up Arnold. You know, like...
Yeah, the nice time lapse montage thing.
Yeah, and it looks exactly like one of those.
Without food or drink.
Yeah, living off
without
of
food or
gruel.
drink or anything. He was just left out there by his own. He made it to adulthood.
Yeah, living.
Although, did they ever establish that they
gruel.
actually feed the people on the fucking wheel?
I thought they showed him getting gruel.
Like in the
movie, I thought they showed him getting gruel once in a while. I'm pretty sure he got gruel. But the way the Wheel of Pain works in the game is you can put whatever kind of food you want in, and that's the fuel to run it. And so, just different foods will give you different amounts of time that it'll run it for. So, like, you can spend... Usually people just put in gruel because it's super cheap and easy. But if you want to throw in, like, a bunch of steak, like, the steak runs it for, like, 10 minutes per steak versus gruel runs for, like, about a minute and a half for each piece of gruel.
Drink your blood.
I mean, I'm trying to look it up now to see if that was actually in the comics or not, or in the fucking original stories.
Yeah. But it's very entertaining.
I'll let you know what I find.
In
fact, I just saw somebody over collecting Thugras. Which right now is...
I almost just searched for original Conan origin, which is probably overkill, I would imagine. Like, original or origin, both are probably not necessary.
Original Conan origins.
Not TV, come on. Yeah, like having original and origins, probably unnecessary, overkill. Oh, come on, I don't know, not the films, god damn it. Alright, maybe I'll try to restrict it to just the comics. Although it was books, right? Before comics, or am I wrong? Do you know how it went with Conan? I assume it was
I'm
books
pretty sure
originally,
it's books.
But maybe not.
I thought it was books originally.
I definitely,
and then comics after
there
that.
are.
I thought there were comics based on the books.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I would imagine, most likely. Yeah, and I definitely have a few of the books, because, yeah, Conan is definitely one of my favorite little universes or whatever.
Oh.
No. Oh, it's also called the Home of Sadness, apparently. Okay. I also, the excluding of terms doesn't seem to work in any of these search engines anymore. Like, you used to be able to just put a little minus sign and then whatever word you want to exclude.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem to work
to
anymore.
exclude the words. Yeah, I think they stopped that because they don't want you to be able to narrow stuff down out of what they want you to look at. So I think search engines have kind of rounded that corner of it's no longer where you get to see what you want to see and that kind of stuff. is the what do you call it? I lost the fucking train of thought in the mid thought. Damn it. They're so much more in interested in what they can get you to see, so that they're less inclined
they don't want
to
you
be
cutting shit
concerned
out.
about what you can see.
Oh shit! They did Conan Exile's comic books back in 2016. It looks like it's specifically for the game universe. They did comic books back then, 7 years ago. All right. See if they actually let me exclude the word exiles here. God damn it. Fuck. Damn it. Why are they so goddamn complicated? Go to the end. Fucking assholes. Like, I'm trying to get to the end to add something new, but then the X button is like, you know what I mean? The X out button's right next to it. So if I don't get it exactly on, it just fucking cuts everything out. Oh wait, I'm getting distracted, but this sounds interesting. Valeria's father rebuilt Conan's Wheel of Pain with original parts. So I assume they're talking about the one from the movie.
Somebody built their own home
the original
version.
parts.
You know what my house needs? Wow, can you imagine selling that to your wife or something? Like, hey, honey, you know what our house really needs? A fucking Wheel of Pain. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, my cord came partially unplugged, so I wasn't going to the speakers, and it wasn't going through my cord when you were talking. Sorry.
Yeah. Original location of the movie. Alright, so somewhere in Spain is where it was shot? Okay. Alright.
Oh, really? Conan was shot in Spain. Did not know that.
Well, at least the Wheel of Pain part. Because, yeah, this guy was like a fan. I guess they actually live in Spain. So, luckily, I've got... Fortunately for them...
Wacky.
It wasn't... it was in the same country. So they went to the spot, and then apparently this... refilled it. I'm trying to see if it was actually on site. Oh no, he did get the original shit. Okay, so he bought somehow all the original shit and reconstructed it, dude. That's fucking awesome. That's
what a wacky dude.
He rebuilt it. That's fucking cool. Okay. Alright, now I no longer care about whatever I was looking at. So, it's probably a good distraction.
Fair enough.
Fuck you.
Enough. Oh, what was it? Did you see the whole thing about the racist black lady that got fired from her job teaching?
Yes, dude.
Like,
I actually watched that one.
Because her wife is
her sister?
Her sister, yeah, her wife. Her sister's dating a white guy. God, that was so fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's bizarre, dude. It's like, should be beating a black guy. I'd rather have her dating a black guy than beat the shit out of her than a white guy.
Our parents raised her better than this.
Dude, she actually said that out loud. I was
our
fucking
parents
amazed.
raised us better than that.
Again. Yeah, they racist more racist than that. What's wrong with my sister? Yeah, it's fucking. The dude does have a good point in that video. He's like, yeah, can you imagine if you swap this shit around? If you race swap this?
Oh yeah, no, people would be losing their
Some
goddamn
fucking white
minds.
bitch. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, there'd be
nuts.
lynch mobs of black people out going after the white guy, or white lady, or whatever it is. There was apparently a big old fucking breakdown brawl that was kind of a racist sort of fight thing.
The boat thing at the docks or whatever,
yeah,
marina.
That was kind of crazy. I was like, I didn't realize Alabama still had that kind of problem, man. Dang.
Yeah, no, not that surprising. In the South, there's still plenty of, really dedicated racism there, dude.
Fair enough. That did not end well for the racists.
Yeah, it was funny because it wasn't like it's like, dude, he's the guy that works for the marina. Like, yeah, he definitely shouldn't be getting jumped, but yeah, just look at it.
Everybody on the boat got off the boat and beat the brakes off the white people.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of white people beating up the one black guy.
Well, it's like you want to play yakety sax because it's like like just every couple of seconds there's something else crazy going on. Some guy's swimming across the river to go fight, and like, my God, people.
Yeah.
Like this would be much better if you all would just settle the fuck down just a little bit.
Yeah. I assume just it's one of those situations where just everybody's shitty. Because jumping the dude was fucked up. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I don't think everyone's shitty. I think the original people were definitely shitty. I don't blame the rest of the people for jumping. Because if you saw a bunch of people beating up on some dude, your natural response would be like, protect that dude, right? I mean, it wouldn't even matter. Like, it'd take the race out of it. It didn't,
Yeah, the fact that they were black was probably incidental for most of them.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
shit beat out of him. That's totally unfair, whether he's in the wrong or not. He definitely doesn't deserve it.
You can't be 6-on-1. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. I'm not going to join in on the white side in that situation. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, what the fuck are you people doing? Beating the shit out of this one dude. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, especially the security guard. That dude's just doing his job. Like, he told you or asked you or whatever to do whatever it was that made you mad. And he did it because it's his job. Like, he's not trying to be an asshole.
Yeah, and those two are arguing, and then the other dude just runs in and fucking tries to clock him. Like, what the fuck, dude?
And in that case, he was just saying, like, hey, you guys are in the wrong slip. You can't park your boat here.
Yeah.
Like, they were parking it where the riverboat
Didn't he actually move the boat or something?
I don't know.
I thought I had heard that he actually went...
I have no idea. I only saw like a little bit of the video of the fighting.
It might be a different story. It might even be a different story. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, I might be confusing it with a completely different story. So, yeah, never trust my memory. That's one thing I've learned in the last 30 years or so.
Never trust anyone.
Yeah, no, I said my memory. Don't trust my memory.
Wait, are you sure you remember what I said correctly?
My memory is not to be trusted.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry,
no,
that was a terrible joke. Oh, no. Oh, wait, are you talking about that one guy's girlfriend, the fucking flat as a board? Now, that was a 4 if I ever saw one, that everybody thought was like a 10 for some odd reason. You remember, like, the two fucking weird people, the guy who would basically sell in friendship? And then his wife who was, like, flat as a board, like, hippie girl? Oh, what was his name? Jeff, right?
Oh,
Jeff something or other?
Jeff Holiday?
Yeah. Like, his wife was definitely, she was a 4 if ever there was one.
I will feast upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did not
Yeah, it was very odd.
That was a weird because everybody was always like just super into her for some reason, like in the chats and stuff, and you're like, she's not that fucking good looking. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of fucking.
You know, both of them don't shower like ever.
Oh God, you.
That's the impression I get.
They're like Kesha. They look like if you touched them, they would be sticky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like,
Yeah.
you know, like if they don't clean juice off the counter properly. Like, I think their skin would have that texture to it, like as the counter.
Yeah. In fact, I'd almost be surprised if it wasn't. Like, whoa, wow, what?
God, what was the one
Actually,
time?
I think I remember somebody saying that they met him in person, and Jeff Holiday definitely fucking stunk, dude.
Oh yeah, you know they smell
Definitely
terrible.
smelled bad. And then Satan had pointed something out because like she used to do these story time things about when they were all fucking hippies, like just traveling around the country. And Satan was like, I think she was like prostituting herself along the way, because otherwise where was she getting money from for this year and a half or 2 years that she just wandered around the fucking country?
There actually are quite a different number of different ways you can actually earn money for like that kind of thing without spending a lot of times and not prostituting yourself.
Plus,
there's
I guess. Plus they did probably steal a lot of shit. That's one way.
Well, no. There's like specific jobs that are seasonal you can go do in like tourist towns.
Oh, right.
So there's you can go do like a lot of and you'll work like 60 hours a week for like 2 or 3 months straight in a tourist town, and then take 9 months doing whatever else you want, right? One of the other ones is there's certain harvests in the northern states where a lot of the migrant field workers don't get to, and you can make a lot of money harvesting like sugar beets and stuff like that up in the north in the right time of year. So that's usually what it is. I mean, I'm not saying she didn't. That sounds actually pretty reasonable. I wouldn't be surprised. The way they behave wouldn't
either way.
I'm just saying there are legitimate ways you can do that don't involve prostituting yourself at all. For the sake of being fair.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I don't know how she would earn that much money as a prostitute.
Obviously there's you never know.
I mean,
or maybe again,
like, is it half price?
You got a vagina.
If it looks like a boy,
to even pay. Yeah, I can't imagine she'd be making a lot.
Maybe she specializes.
Again, if you don't have any overhead,
if
you don't have,
little boy.
That would be.
I'm a terrible human being.
That would probably work in a lot of places.
Like, if we're gonna say they're depraved, they were a weird fucking couple anyway. A weird set of people.
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird that you could pay him enough money and he would do like a fucking interview with you like you were some celebrity or something and talk you up and shit.
Yeah, or play games with you. Or play video games with you for an hour a month.
Oh, yeah, that's what that other lady did. The fucking Liz or whatever I think her name was.
Jog will have your soul.
She would play games with people
Liz
for
Reptile?
money. Yeah. Forgot a lot of those people.
Yeah, remember the Quiplash days?
Yeah.
Everybody was playing fucking Quiplash.
Oh, I still, so the karaoke group I play with every once in a while, maybe like 2 or 3 times a year does those kind of games in the Discord. Like, nobody has to pay. It's not like the ones with Holiday and his mistress or his bride or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, that's just like a thing they do every so often. They'll be like, oh, we'll do the old Gartic phone games or Quiplash or those style of games. There's a bunch of different ones that they do.
Yeah.
And it's always fun for a couple of hours, and then everybody goes and does karaoke in the VR chat afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, dude, did you see the thing with that guy that was having some kind of giveaway in like New York or something?
Oh, and
New York City,
it created like a whole mob or something, like fucking riot.
Yeah, it fucking ended up being a riot, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that dude does some fucking time.
He's pretty fucking popular. Yeah.
I hope that guy goes to jail for a while because, like, there's a reason when you have events you have to have security and crowd control. Like, you can't just fucking have yourself an event wherever the fuck you want without any sort of, like, permits or anything. Especially when it's something like giveaway or whatever. It's like, you know, they require security for a reason, man. Like, you can't just fucking hope that everything goes all right.
Out of the blue.
Ooh, one of my guys is almost level 20. Nice. Man, it's crazy. There's fast leveling thralls and slow leveling thralls, and the difference is really drastic. Because you might take a fast leveling thrall and level them up in just a couple of days of normal gameplay, and it's easily 3 times that. Like, it's easily 6 or 7 days of normal gameplay, because you're only playing so much at a time, right? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You can't play like 16 hours a day or whatever. Well, okay, some people do, but those people are fucking... They got issues.
Right. I hear you.
What else is going on in the world these days? There was a couple other things I posted.
I haven't... I'm just kind of scrolling through my feed. This one says, Trump, Georgia DA Fannie Willis allegedly had affair with gang member. So the Georgia district attorney was hooking up with fucking gang member, dude. All right.
You know,
it kind of makes sense nowadays. Yeah. It should be. It would be nice if it was surprising, right? Like, that would be
it would
refreshing.
be nice. I see your point. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It would be kind of nice if it wasn't like... Well, of course she fucking
it's like
is.
Yeah, any of the absurd shit that happens nowadays. You're like, that's... Again, that's why I feel bad for, like, The Onion and, you know, parody places, because you cannot come up with shit that's fucking more absurd than what's actually happening.
Yeah, you know, you got, like, fucking, what do you call it, you know, politicians, like, sleeping with fucking spies and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. Oh shit, there's a Gundam one I didn't watch.
Gundam has been kind of harping on the same shit, like, over and over, all Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, and this one says, the title is Woman Shock, Actions Have Consequences.
I don't know. His were getting a lot of repetitive as of late, so I haven't been paying that much attention to them, but...
Yeah, me neither, actually.
It's like,
although I miss a lot of shit.
Razor Fist has kind of been stuck in a rut as of late.
Yeah, I tapped out on Razor Fist as soon as he fucking went over to fucking Owen Benjamin and Days bullshit.
Wait, really? He's on Owen Benjamin's side?
Yeah, well, he went into I don't know if you remember Vox Day, dude. He's a fucking wormy little fucking con man.
Yeah.
He managed to fucking rope in Owen Benjamin back when, you know, when all that shit went down, with Owen getting canceled for his trans joke or whatever, and it's just fucking I assume scamming Owen on some fucking level. And then Razor Fist like did like an interview or something with Owen, and then ended up like signing up with Vox's unauthorized TV bullshit. And I'm like, dude, if you don't do enough research to know that guy's completely full of shit and is just a fucking straight up con man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I see channels a lot of the times, one of the things I'll see is similarly channels that otherwise are pretty cool, but like their advertisers are obvious scams. And you're like, whoa, how can you be like, yeah, we're the moral high ground, and then you're advertising a scam, like.
Yeah, I'm a little iffy. Like, it bugs me that fucking like JonTron does Raid Shadowlet, which is, and again, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. It's not a fucking, you know what I mean? I assume it's a typical pay to win type game.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, but it still kind of bugs me. Like, I'm not
apologetic about the way they run their company. They're not trying to hide anything.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, it's not something where I'm going to stop watching them over it. I'm just, come on.
Well, JonTron puts out so few videos anyway. Like, it would be kind of like unfortunate.
Yeah, he's been doing a little more lately, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the most recent one that came out. Yeah, I remember. I was very surprised.
And even that one, he literally in the video is like making fun of himself, which is one of the things I love about him. Because he's like, yeah, no, I didn't just put this out because of the thing that happened with the sub. No way. I would never just rush this out for that reason.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, no.
So yeah, he's at least self-aware, dude, which is nice. Helps a lot.
Well, like there's that's the right time to fucking strike if you can. Like yeah, you put it out during this thing, and I can understand why some people might be like upset or whatever, but like realistically, that it is a that's how you make money on YouTube.
Indeed. But yeah, that's literally the only reason why he put stuff like closer together, is because he was like, oh shit, this is kind of like that Titanic. Is it Titan? It wasn't called Titanic, right? It was Titan or something like that. The sub that got crushed, like a fucking.
Don't know. I don't remember what the thing was called. I genuinely couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, it's like, why would you? Like, you're literally like jinxing yourself. If you don't believe in it, like, just come up with another name. You put anything like remotely like Titanic in it. Yeah, that's got to be a fucking crazy way to go. Literally, you don't have time to process the fact that you've been crushed to death. You just
I think that's the best way, though, in that circumstance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, can you imagine if you're having to just wait for the air to fucking run out and die?
And you can't get out because it's all metal and, like, yeah.
Yeah, the instantaneous death is far preferable to waiting around to fucking die.
I will feast upon you.
God, this fucking combat in this game is so janky.
Yeah, so let's see. So he did I'm looking at JonTron. 3 months ago, he put out something about the dating shows, which are pretty funny. 3 weeks ago, he did one. 11 days ago, 3 days ago. So, yeah, for him, that's like prolific. Putting out 3 videos within 3 weeks.
Yeah, I've often wondered if he actually makes much money at all on YouTube. Or, like, if he just has his own job somewhere.
I mean, all of his videos are over 1 million views no matter what he does.
Yeah,
and I assume a lot of people, because I'll go back and watch his old videos. They're still fucking, they're definitely rewatchable.
Yeah, so no, it's fun to go back and watch his old stuff. I'm just curious, is like, even then, I mean, how much money are you making off of like one video and and advertising and YouTube video ads and all that other kind of shit? Put them out as rarely as he does, because he'll go months without it for some time. So I'm just like, is he a comedian on his like thing? Is he going out and doing shows somewhere? Is he really an engineer and he works in some office and this is just a hobby that once in a while he has time to do? I've often wondered. I don't know the answer, and I don't really need to know. I just
I have to assume that he doesn't even need to make new ones, that he can actually live pretty well just off the residuals off his old videos. I never knew him. I never knew he was part of Game Grumps back in the day. I had no idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they like broke up basically at some point. I think JonTron just wanted to do other shit or something. It doesn't
JonTron
seem like it was.
wanted
It wasn't
to like
completely...
expand what they were doing into more than just like video game stuff, and they were probably like,
Yeah.
"Nah, this is what we're making money off of. Don't fuck it up."
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was completely acrimonious, but it was also wasn't completely fucking amicable.
Yeah.
Like the breakup, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It wasn't the worst breakup, but it wasn't ideal.
Outsider.
But either way, both groups seem to be doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, and who knows if it was an acrimonious or if it was.
Well, it seems like it's somewhere in between. Like, again, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't again particularly positive either.
Fair enough.
There's some hard feelings there. Some semi rigid feelings there.
Some semi-rigid feelings.
Oh yeah, that was bad phrasing.
Somebody's
Jesus
got
Christ.
a boner.
Yeah, there were some chub feelings going on.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
can understand people being
completely hard
upset
feelings.
about this, that, or the other. Fair enough.
So yeah, like I said, not the greatest, not the worst. Unpleasant, but not completely shitty. I assume they generally wish the others well.
Yeah, like they're not getting together on the weekends, but they're not like, if I see this motherfucker in the Taco Bell again, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking at his back videos, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. Like the new one he just put out 3 days ago has already got 1.3 million views. The Sri video, Ranker of the Universe. I think that's that Ravi Shankar guy. Anyways, that one's got 1.3. Previous one, 1.5. 2.3, 3.3. So all of them are getting well over 1 million views. Like 1.3 seems to be the bottom.
Damn.
Obviously, there's other ones further back that are going 5, 10, 15 million views. Steven Seagal ones were pretty fucking funny, dude. Steven Seagal is such a fucking joke. God damn.
Yeah, Steven Seagal is definitely a weird fucking dude.
Did you ever watch JonTron's video about him nowadays? Like the shitty movies he makes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I watch everything JonTron puts out.
Yeah, that was so fucking... Dude, it's so fucking funny. He's still acting like he's a fucking tough guy. Hiring people to fall down.
Oh, yeah, he does those... it was similar to the martial artists things. Where they have the fake magic powers martial arts.
Yeah,
like some old guy
so
goes out,
funny.
waves his hands, and everybody just starts falling over for him, and you're like,
yeah,
don't encourage that fucking
them.
idiot. What's wrong with you? Don't fucking play along with this bullshit. Y'all know that a man ain't fucking hurting you. Like, what if this dude be walking down the wrong alley someday thinking he gonna use magic powers on the guy stabbing some lady to death? You know?
Yeah, no, he's fought, like, not Seagal specifically, but yeah, those people that actually believe that shit truly believe it. Because they've gone up against people that weren't playing along and gotten their fucking asses kicked. They really thought they had these powers, dude. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would imagine when they get into a fight with somebody who's not playing along, it does not end well.
No, that's exactly
and for
what
Steven
happened.
Seagal, like, he's just so famous now that, like, I imagine in most cases people are just playing along when he's doing martial arts, like, trying to do it in a movie or something else. It's like, yeah, just fucking play along. It's cool. He doesn't know. He's getting kind of old and cranky.
Dude, it's fucking one of the movies, like, because he's so old. Like, they did, like, a sex scene, but, like, he's sitting down the entire time. Like, in a chair. Like, not even a couch or something, dude. He's sitting in a chair, fucking, doing the sex scene, dude. It was so fucking funny.
It looks like he's at a strip club, because that's where they filmed it, and the stripper didn't know she was going to be in the film. But Steven Seagal gave her a lot of money, so she really went all out.
She's being filmed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things that's sad. It's like why you kind of wonder why they wouldn't just do the like casual removing yourself from all the fucking stuff like what's his name? Brendan Fraser? Or what's that other guy that got like real weird and ugly looking and kind of isn't really like
oh man, Tourish
Val
is here.
Kilmer?
We didn't. Fuck, there's people in the chat. We missed it.
People in
Tourish
the chat.
is here. Know me? I don't know.
Oh hey.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Pain was never
People were
part of the
leaving
Conan
messages.
Hardboard Age
Fucking
essays.
ignoring.
It was likely introduced in the movie to expand the lore. Fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, but thank you. I could have ignored, just skipped all that time searching if I had just checked the chat. It's not something we're used to, though. So, in our defense,
I blame Satan and satire.
Oh yeah, you should probably wrench these people just in case they come back for some reason.
Probably unlikely.
In case Satan comes back and these people come back. Yeah, for
equally
both
unlikely.
Satan and these people to come back. For both of them to happen at the same time is incredibly unlikely, but still. Doesn't hurt to wrench the fools. I suppose.
Wait, I'm pretty sure we can both do that, right?
Oh yeah, I probably can. Go to channel. Wait, what the fuck? Go to channel, report, remove, put yours in timeout. I don't think I can. Or how do you do it? I've never done it. I thought I would just click on them, but none of the options are.
Oh no, I guess it has to be me.
Yeah, all the options it gives me is go to channel, report, remove, put user in timeout, or hide user on the channel. That's all that pops up when I click on them.
Oh, yeah, so you don't have the options, I guess. Weird. How bizarre.
I'm the one tier down from the all-powerful position. I'm the next tier down.
Well, I have no options to change that, so...
Fuck. I should time them out just because I can. Hey, it's something I can do. And they're gone anyway, so
yeah.
No harm done. Maybe they'll get an alert and come back.
What the fuck was I let my dad put his meat on my forehead thing? That was fucking obnoxious. Like, they never
Yeah, dude, it's so fucked up. Yeah, no, they do. At the end, she had gotten a fucking boo-boo on her head from running into some other good chick in her soccer game.
Oh.
And he got some, like a steak or something out of the fridge and placed it on the bruised area. So again, just adding the word his, yeah, putting the word his in the title is completely deliberately misleading, completely unnecessary, and obviously, quite obviously, deliberately misleading. Because you're thinking that fucking the dad teabagged the forehead based on how they phrase it. Because just my dad put meat on my forehead, as opposed to my dad put his meat on my forehead. You're going to draw different conclusions about what the fuck that means.
Yeah,
just on that one
doesn't make any sense
word.
to add in that.
So it's quite obviously it was deliberate. Yeah, well, it does if you're trying to get people to hate watch. You know, if views is, that's going to get you some hate watch views.
Oh, Turish is hopping in and out between doing stuff, apparently.
And again, it doesn't mention... Okay, well, appreciate you being here. Indeed. Yeah, I was definitely curious about the Conan thing and couldn't find it on my own, so... Good to know.
Yeah, this is a fun game. I don't know.
But yeah,
I don't know if it would run on your computer,
like,
because your computer is ancient. Barely alive.
Yeah, probably not. Thing's still kicking though, dude. Fucking.
I mean,
I don't know exactly how old it is.
Sort of.
Gotta be at least 15 years.
Yeah. Could be worse.
I can still do stuff on it. Yeah, I don't use it for hardly. I don't. You know, I just do. I use my phone nowadays for the show. So yeah, I haven't done the stream on the computer in months, dude.
Really? Wow. One
Yeah,
of these
it's
days you
always
gotta get
just
yourself
me
a
on
new
my
computer,
phone.
man.
Right.
There's like so many games you could play.
Yeah. No, I've got. Well, again, even back in the new one that my mom had gotten is she doesn't let anybody install anything on it. Basically.
Oh, you know what? That's pretty smart.
Probably. Yeah, probably due to whatever might have happened to the old one. I don't think I ever put in matters or even anything at all. But somebody probably did or has in the past.
Is that what you're saying? Let's
No, not even that.
Ask your mom about that when if we get to meet her.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, I had an idea
on
that
your computer.
Funny.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fucking lunatic.
I came up with something to do when I got to your place. Like the idea of it is really funny. Although if I actually did it, it would be totally fucked up. But the idea of it, I find pretty funny.
Yes.
I was going to suggest that I hit on your mom and your sister.
Oh Jesus! Ew.
Again, not actually going to do it, but the idea of
I get what
floating
you're
the
saying.
idea
I
was
get what
funny.
you're saying. Yeah, the idea of it is like, good God.
Yeah, it's something I wouldn't do. I would not do, even jokingly, in a million years. But the idea of
it's those
kind of fun.
it's those like impulse kind of things almost. Like you just have zany ideas every once in a while. Like your brain just wants to fuck with you.
Yeah, like, it's pretty funny. Although if I actually did it, it would be fucking horrible. But the thought of it is kind of funny.
He's doing a D&D group that is very well read in Conan. That would be that would make a lot of sense. I could see Conan drawing a lot of people into D&D.
Yeah, wait, your sister's way younger than you, though, right? How old is your sister?
She's like 13 years younger than me, so I want to say like just in like 30.
Okay.
30, 31.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Like she's a grown-ass adult. She can do whatever the
son.
fuck she wants. I'm not her keeper.
Yeah.
Same with my mom. Like, they're grown-ass adults. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They don't need me to say anything. None of my fucking business.
I'll try to talk my son into hitting on your sister then.
There you go.
Again, not really, dude, but.
Well, mine are much worse than yours, apparently. Like, I'll be driving along and be like, that's an awful large crowd of people I could just drive straight through. Like, my brain's like, you could do that. It would just take a little twitch of the wheel and you could just go right through that whole group of hippies over there. And no one would ever feel bad for them. None of them would ever be
nobody would be. Yeah, the cops would be like, oh yeah, no, we're totally investigating this very thoroughly. We're not glad.
Look at that man bun. Nobody loves that man. He has a man bun. You know, like.
Yeah. They're almost like, oh man, I don't want to fucking get this guy in trouble.
Even his own wife would thank him.
A civilian award.
I mean, look at that man bun. His wife would be like, oh, thank you so much. I couldn't figure out a good way to escape the man bun. If not for you.
This way I get the insurance money. Believe it or not, he had insurance.
Or like, for some reason, over the last couple months, there have been a bunch of RVs parked in my neighborhood. And I've resisted the urge so far to call and report them, but like it's been a long time now. I'm kind of feeling like maybe they need to get reported and removed because you're not supposed to have RVs on the street for more than like 48 hours consecutively.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people would store the giant bus-sized fucking RVs in their neighborhoods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm tempted to report them, but I'm also tempted to make Molotov cocktails and throw them at them when I'm driving by on my way to work. I don't know why.
Yeah, you want to do that like before, like you can't do that if you report them. So, because then you're obviously the main
you
suspect.
wouldn't want to do anything quite that obvious. No, you got to be a little more careful than that. Police, they notice those kinds of things. They're like,
Yeah. That way, if they come and investigate after the Molotov cocktail thing happens, you can be like, I'm not. I don't know. I kind of thought about reporting them, but no, doing something like that's just crazy.
Well, like I found a giant bag of weed in my neighborhood once, like on the ground, and so I just left that shit there. I was like, I don't know who bought like a half an ounce, or why somebody has a half an ounce in like a regular fucking, they're not the giant 1 gallon freezer bags. They're like, I think they're a 1 pint or something.
All right.
But they're like a smaller size, but they're still heavy duty freezer bags. And they're a little bit bigger than your average sandwich bag. It was one of those, like stuffed all the way full of bud. Not like,
God damn, dude.
Some cheap shit, but like some good weed. And I was just like, just fucking leave that where it is. It's out of my price range, and I don't want any kind of hassle. I ain't gonna be stealing somebody's fucking weed.
Yeah. Plus, it could be like some kind of. I would be too paranoid. I'll be like, this is clearly some kind of setup. Like,
well,
entrapment,
it was still only medically legal at that point anyway, too.
Yeah. Best not.
Well,
seems like that would be entrapment still.
It was between the curb and a car. So I was fair to middling positive, and I'd say I'm probably right.
Yeah.
Whoever owned the car next to the weed got out and it fell out of the car. Or their pocket or something.
Out of their pocket as they got out of the car.
While they were getting out of the car, but it was pretty easily to tell it was probably theirs. And I was like, I don't want to be that guy stealing that guy's stuff. Cause,
that seems kind of shitty.
I didn't smoke that much weed at the time. Like I wasn't like a regular smoker like I am now, but I still, that's still a few $100s worth of weed. And I gotta live in the neighborhood with this dude, so I don't want to be in that kind of position. Also, if it were me, I'd want it back too. So,
yeah. Although odds are pretty good that someone else came across and just snaked it.
Could be. It was
maybe
not
the
a
person
well-trafficked area. It's actually not that likely. Not as likely as you might think. Not a lot of people hanging out in that area, walking in this part of the neighborhood, and not many people coming into the neighborhood, but also not very many walking in that particular part. So probably not. He probably got it back. Just because of like how not trafficked it is. Also, like the number of people that enter the neighborhood is almost none, and then when you like throw in actually walking, like the amount is almost zero. Like I almost never see people that don't live in this neighborhood walking around this neighborhood. So, and I rarely see people that live in this neighborhood walking around the neighborhood.
It's a pretty good argument for like the difference between marijuana not being like any other drug would not be missed for anywhere near that long time before the person that lost it's coming back for it.
Yeah, if you made it illegal.
I'm just saying, if somebody has fucking coke or heroin, they're probably going to realize it.
Somebody's at my door. Give me
a lot faster than a pothead. Right.
Oh, they were telling me dinner was ready, but it's like an hour before we would normally have dinner at all, so I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, if you want to go eat, dude, you can call it early.
No,
whatever.
I do not want to go eat.
Although,
I am not at all hungry right now. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I would feel
by the way,
pretty fucking miserable about 10 minutes after that, and then I would just have to lay down for the rest of the fucking night.
I hear you. Yeah, I assume this is probably somewhat obvious, but I'm probably not going to be doing the show next Thursday.
That's so weird. I can't imagine why that would be. Yeah, we'll probably call that a day off, because I'll probably use that to like do some last minute like cleaning and stuff. You know, because I'm using this as a good excuse to get people moving around, cleaning some shit in the house.
All right.
Like I'm gonna.
My mom bought like a little tray of like nuts. She's like, you can't go to someone's house and not something. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I'll have some stuff there. I got a plan. I got a plan already for some food. I'm not gonna do like a whole big like meal thing, but just like snacks for people to have, and then
don't go all out.
Some or anything.
Again, I understand you feeling the need to do something, although you don't have to. But I'm not gonna. Again, it would be like a situation where reversed. I would be insistent on doing it too. So, but I'm just
you
telling
understand,
you.
It's not like I'm not gonna go all out, but it's not like it's an imposition. It's something I enjoy doing.
Yeah,
I like making stuff for people. But no, I'm gonna see if we can't get some strawberries from that strawberry stand I like so much, and some of those little mini brownies, and I'll set up a little thing of like the cheesecake dip, and then maybe some like crackers and meat and cheese and kind of stuff like that. Some homemade. Nothing super difficult, but pleasant.
Because I asked my son, I'm like, okay, is there anything? But yeah, my son was like, I'm probably not gonna eat or drink it, And so I'm like, oh, okay, great. And then my mom, of course,
if there's leftovers,
she got like
no one is going to complain about leftover cheesecake dip. That's never been a problem.
I hear you. Yeah, I will probably eat some of it.
And then cheese and meat and crackers. That's,
my mom.
Yeah,
my mom I asked my mom, like, is there any drinks or anything? And she's like, no, I'll probably just have my iced tea that I bring with me. So I'm like, okay, all right. So that's
I just if they wanted like some soda or something, like hey, we really like Coke. Because some people there's some families that are like, they just all love to have that Coca-Cola or like Sprite, or they all really like fruit punch or something.
Yeah, honestly, For my mom said you should just drink the iced tea that she brings or whatever brand she. But
I will probably make some lemonade people can drink or not drink, whatever they want. It's all good.
Yeah. And my son's like on a fucking health, he's working out, going to the gym, shit. So he's,
Oh, maybe I can see if they got one of those trays that's got like, the crackers and the cheese and the meat, plus also a little bit of carrots and broccoli and stuff. Some of those, some of those are fun. I'm just gonna spend like $20 on some sort of tray and then just make some stuff for fun. Like it's not even.
Yeah. But my mom's bringing
be thrilled to take care of later. So if you guys eat, that's great. If you don't, that's cool.
My mom. It's not particularly large. No, same thing. I'm.
Nuts and stuff. Minor. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
But she bought like a little nut tray, a little round. Again, not a huge amount of nuts or anything, but like 6 different kinds and a little plate.
Oh, that's kind of
thingy.
Nice. Yeah, like literally right next to my desk right here, I've got about half full fucking. What was it originally? It was a 2-pound, 4-ounce package of cashews.
Nice. Cashews are fun.
A big old jar of fucking cashews you get from the grocery store for cheap. Because I like to munch on stuff occasionally, and just having a big old plastic box of cashews is nice.
Indeed. Yeah. I remember like seeing the what do you call it? The plant that the cashew comes from, the gigantic shit that's stuck to it that they pull off the cashew.
The cashew's like this little tiny afterthought on a giant plant that otherwise is like poisonous.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny.
Although what's not funny is apparently like people get fucked up picking cashews. It's like apparently like they get burned by the fruit because it's like acid and stuff involved in it. Like it's not really poisonous, but it's like poisonous. Like you don't want to touch it with your hands. Poisonous.
Yeah,
because it'll burn you with some sort of acid that's on it. So yeah, like apparently that's a real issue for a lot of people there in those countries.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Excellent pun.
They're like, no, you don't get gloves. We're not going to give you gloves to protect your hands. Fuck you, peon.
Yeah, I mean, how much money do you think we have? We made of money, this company that's selling cashews? For like, $15 for like a 6-ounce little can.
Pay you $3 a week, goddammit. You buy your own gloves.
Yeah, I could see that. That's actually sounds like a fucking corporate line from like a real company.
Nah. Yeah, especially if it's a foreign, again, if it's not in America, although even in America it wouldn't be that surprising in a lot of spots.
Very true, very true.
Yeah. Oh shit, should I send you like a picture of myself or something? So I don't think you know what I look like. I can see.
I don't imagine other people, since we're not. We're doing more planning than we probably should on like the stream, but whatever. I don't think anybody else is just gonna show up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
I mean, you can if you're concerned.
Let's let it be a surprise.
I think you might have accidentally shown your face for like a split second once or twice a long time ago.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because you were showing your hand. Your hand with the fucking fucked up thumb or something.
Yeah. Oh no, my middle finger. It's missing.
Oh yeah, the missing middle finger.
The first knuckle.
There we go. Let me see your hand. Where's the fucking paw? Ooh,
yeah, I'll flip you off.
Yog will have your soul.
So that'll work. I'll flip you off with the stub, so you know it's me.
There you go. And then your mom will be like, "Why would you do this? I raised you better than this, boy." Oh god, those fucking twins. Why did you fucking tell me about that?
Dude, fuck you, man. I gotta suffer, you gotta suffer.
God damn. That is some
dude, it's so sad,
dark shit.
You didn't have to actually see it. Yeah.
Oh man. I watched the Moist Critical video just to get a better idea of what's going on. Huh? I watched the Moist Critical video just to get a better idea. He was just like, I don't even fucking know anymore. He was just so fucking like done with the world when he was talking about that shit. Like, it's fucking incest. Oh, man.
It's like, dude, how fucking like I said, that's as far as the attention whoring. That's a full blown addiction, dude. That might be the worst ever.
Yeah, that is a crazy level of fucked up. Where like you need attention to the point where like you're legitimately gonna go and fucking have sex with your own sibling, like
twins, dude.
Like it's one of those things where like as dudes we all
because the thing is
we all secretly like want to sleep with a set of twins at the same time. Like that's a fantasy for a lot of dudes. I'm not saying it's like a big fantasy. I'm just saying it's one of those things that like, if there was an opportunity, every dude out there would be like, all right, I'll do it. Like twins, I'll take it. They'd be in, but like you don't want to see the.
Although
twins
even then, like, do you want the two twins making out
with each other?
I was gonna say,
and you're just watching. No, that's a little uncomfortable. There's
that's a really sad thing. They were doing videos of them making out.
There's
no, that's kind of I referenced that.
Yeah, there was like one set of twins
my
where they did a video where like they took turns on a one of those machines that just runs the dildo, like one of those, and they the other one would have the controls and run the machine. And then they did some scenes where they did strap-ons and like banged and like fucked each other with the strap-ons. And that was weird.
Dude, I would imagine it's gotta be a lot of fucking money, dude. I would hope they'd make a shitload of money to do something like that, dude.
Who knows?
Weird.
Who knows? As far as how their lives turned out, I don't know and I don't care.
Yeah, not well, I would imagine.
I wasn't interested in the videos in the first place. It was just like, that's kind of fucked up. Then you watch, you're like, damn, that really happened. But I think there was already one set of gay men twins that banged each other for money and did porn of it, though. I don't think these are the first ones. The Island Boys.
Yeah, this one was pretty sad. Yeah, because
this is
their
the first one
idea
where they might not be gay.
Let's
but
film
they're
each
just
other
that
making
desperate
out
for attention.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it, dude. Because again, they were doing a video of them like making out, like for long periods of time, apparently.
Yeah.
And that wasn't getting anywhere near enough attention. So they're like, all right, we're gonna have to ramp it up. So one of us is going to have to suck the other's cock, I guess. That's the only solution I can think of.
Well, like there's always a dominant twin and a submissive twin. And people are always curious as to which one it is when they know twins. Well, now I think we all know.
Right.
I think we all know which one is the dominant twin and which one is the submissive twin. Because one of them made that suggestion and the other one was like, well, I guess that's my choice. I got to do it now.
Yeah, I would hope they at least flipped a coin. Although, who knows what the winner chose?
Is that a coin toss you win? I don't know that I would call anybody a winner of that particular coin toss.
Yeah, I'm using the term win very loosely. I guess the one that gets the choice is the winner somehow, but no matter what choice you make, you're either sucking your fucking twin brother's cock or your twin brother's sucking your cock.
Yeah, I don't see
it
a
seems
winner
like
there.
Quite the Sophie's choice
see
there.
Two losers.
Yeah, that's a kind of a given. But yeah, that's what was so sad. It's like, dude, you're that desperate for attention that
it was like,
you tried to make out with each other thing, and that didn't work. So you're going to blow, fucking it's incredibly
if you were flipping
sad.
A coin and on heads you got a redhead to blow you and on tails you got a blonde to blow you, then it would be a winner if you flip the coin.
Yeah, that's a win-win situation.
Yeah, this is a lose.
So yeah, you're right.
It doesn't matter which way.
Well, again,
you lose a little bit less than the other way, but you lose either way. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, for them, I assume they're maybe they fucking secretly wanted to blow each other anyway. That's a possibility. Maybe it had nothing to do with attention, or not as much as you would hope.
Make it that much longer until I can eat now. It's like you never want me to eat dinner again. I'd like stuff.
Think about the Island Boys blowing each other. It's the best appetite suppressant on the fucking internet.
Like,
with all the tats and the fucking
Yeah, something about them looks wrong.
Yeah, they got a ridiculous amount of like face tats and just tats all fucking over them, dude. It's really
but they don't look like
definitely
they
everything about
anything.
them screams fucking pay attention to me.
It's not just that they have. I mean, like fucking.
Oh yeah, no,
Tyson
they're
has a face tattoo.
Moron.
Yeah, but the tattoos look like they just are random. Like that's part of what makes it so uncomfortable. Like if it looked like there was some sort of meaning behind any of that work, it would be different. For some reason, it just feels like those tattoos are just completely meaningless. It's like they got tattoos to say they got tattoos. You know what I mean? Because you can kind of tell the difference. Like the chick I knew who had a ton of tattoos all over herself. Like, she had tattoos that she got on, like, dares. We're like, oh,
theirs just look like, whatever.
Or something. Yeah, and it was like,
Here you go.
Do you really want to
here's a little more of an appetite suppressant for you.
Like, I wouldn't want to openly admit that, like, I got a tattoo on a dare.
Yeah, that's fucking... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would probably just say I got too drunk and did it, and they let me do it anyway, even though they're not supposed to.
Oh.
It seemed like a good idea while I was blackout drunk, apparently. I don't really remember it, but that would be my claim if I had a stupid-ass tattoo like that. So not even losing a bet, just on a dare, like somebody dared her to do it and she did it. That is pretty fucking stupid. I was thinking losing
Well, you would think that's stupid. Wait,
a bet kind of dare thing, but no.
The tattoo was...
Now that I'm thinking about what you said.
Well, here's what makes it extra special. The tattoo was... Oh, what's his name now? I forgot his name. Shit, I got distracted. You know the guy from Sweatin' to the Oldies?
Oh, Richard Simmons?
Was Richard Simmons' face over crossed axes?
Wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she won anything or they gave her anything? Or they just dare you?
Yeah, and then apparently somebody else got a tattoo that she dared them to do. I assume it was like I'm going to pick yours, you're going to pick mine kind of thing. But she had a bunch of tattoos all over her body, and I'm just like, well, if that's all you give a shit about, then who cares? Like, it's not...
Oh. Yeah, it's quite obvious it's pay attention to me bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no spiritual meaning behind the fucking tattoos. or any,
Yeah, there's no meaning behind any of that at all. That's for sure. Nuts. It was so weird.
But yeah, you look at the Island Boys, yeah. I guess the latest phrase is called "pick me." I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's basically the same thing as calling somebody an attention whore.
Well, yeah, but then like it doesn't get thrown around a lot, like for the trad girls.
Yeah,
like the girls who are like, I want to have a husband that takes care of me, and I want to like take care of the house and be like a home wife. They get called pick me girls all the time or something, even though that's like not really what it means.
Yeah, it's essentially, it's synonymous in my mind, from what I've heard. It's just synonymous with being an intentional. It's just saying, calling somebody a pick me. Because my son used to describe, or my son, whoever my son was fucking at the time, whatever girl was hanging out with him, was referring to the grandpuppy as a pick me. Because he constantly does shit to make you pay attention to him, like doing shit that he knows is wrong because he knows you're fucking pay attention to him.
I was a little concerned. I was
so
like,
I assume it's yeah. So that's what it means. It's not. It's just again someone that's desperate for attention, essentially, or is doing shit, does shit specifically just for attention.
Yeah, like the person whose gender is like Jaguar.
Yeah, otherkin.
I'm a dragon.
Fucking shit.
All right, good for you.
Oh no, I guess Jaguar actually exists.
It's true. I guess Jaguar.
That's not otherkin. Otherkin is when it's mythological shit. Yeah, Jaguars actually exist. So what is that? It's wait, what is the fucking shit called? What is it? Something kin. Otherkin is talking about, again, mythological shit.
Yeah.
It's something kin that's talking about when you're an actual animal that actually exists. What the fuck is the phrase for that?
Oh wow, we've got a bunch of people called Conan's Angels on the server now.
Alright.
One of them is named Conan. Fucking cringe.
Mm-hmm. I guess Tourist does a D&D thing with a lot of Conan heavy content. Dungeons and Dragons heavy on the Conan content. Nice.
Yep, he is a fan.
No, it's bugging me. Oh yeah, maybe Otherkin is just animal shit, but I thought there was another.
No, I'm pretty sure
I thought Otherkin meant the mythological shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's mythological, and then, but it covers all of it because there were so many different fucking weird animal. You know what I mean? Like, because the furry community has so many weird fucking people in it.
Yeah, what I'm looking up, it says identify as partially or entirely non-human. So that does seem like it's a catch-all. So maybe that's maybe that does include actual animals too. I thought there were separate names for them, but
oh, it could be.
So maybe I'm mistaken. I thought there was a separate name. Ultra human, non-human, those are plain. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then. It's all Otherkin. They're all fucking nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the silliest.
I was watching these videos. I was watching videos about some. What's this dude's name? But yeah, there's like again a bunch of fucking like furries who aren't degenerates apparently. And then there's the ones that a lot of them that are obviously.
Well,
but like some of them are literally like, yeah, no, I fingered this puppy and then I fucked this deer that I found that was dead roadkill, and I also fucked my actual dog while he was still alive.
Yeah, so there's
like that kind of shit.
There's been a really big push in the furry community to fucking oust the freak ones. Because they you know, like they want to go have conventions, they want to have a community, they want to have people, you know, not fucking hate them on sight. You know what I mean? And so it's like, if you want to do that, you can't have, you know, people be part of your community that are like you said, fingering dead puppies on the road. You know, like you can't have that shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, or raping live puppies, that kind of, or live dogs and shit like that. Yeah, we're pretty fucking lax in a lot of places about that kind of shit.
Yeah, but there's only so much you can put up with.
But,
yeah, those people are fucking gross. There's some really gross motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, this one was called Kiro the Wolf. I was watching videos about this dude. Yeah, he actually got away with this shit because he, some other dude he was messing around with that was also into that sick kind of shit. He got pinched, and they were going after him too. He's
good.
Claiming he's like, no, I'm innocent. The cops didn't charge me with anything. Like, dude. If they got a fucking warrant for all your electronics and all that shit, there was some pretty clear innocence is a little like there's plenty of evidence that he's not innocent. Just not enough to charge him and get a conviction.
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, and before he handed over his electronics, he wiped it and encrypted it before he turned any of the shit over to the cops. So obviously it's kind of hard to get any evidence when you've
tampered with it all.
You know, gotten tipped off and eliminated all the evidence. Yeah.
Well, that's one of those reasons why
he's literally claiming that.
It's such a problem when people try to get involved with busting pedophiles on their own. Is because, like, the police may be investigating those people, and now you've made them more fucking cautious. And now it'll be harder to catch them because you can't put them in jail like the police can regardless of whatever evidence you found, isn't going to work. It just doesn't work that way. You can't just arbitrarily put
the
people
Alex
in jail
Rosen
because
guy,
some fucking asshole caught him in a chat room. Like, that's just not how that works in the real life.
Yeah, that's why, like, EDP, that's why EDP is not under arrest. It's because the dude just did it to get fucking views and shit.
Yeah. All I know is...
didn't bother coordinating with the cops or anything, so all the shit was just inadmissible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem. Like, the police can... In some cases, the police are investigating these people, and had the YouTube channel or whatever not gotten involved, they might have got these guys or whatever. It's not good for people to get involved.
Well, that one dude, Alex Rosen. Yeah, Alex Rosen literally works with the cops before he does it. So, like, he's shooting the videos and doing.
Oh, well, that might be different. So if there's somebody who's genuinely working with the police, that's different.
With the cops the whole time, so.
If he's actually going to the extent of being involved with the police,
again, a lot of them aren't.
Story. I'm just saying, there's like a lot of channels where they just like, we caught him in a chat room and we confronted him in a Walmart, and you're like, this is just some dude you hired?
Yeah.
Like, is this like really like you know no way of knowing like what's real and what's not in those cases.
Yeah, there was that one where the dude like confronted some fucking Asian dude that was freaking out. They let it met like a something, and
he like crashed his fucking car.
The dude is just freaking out, saying, like, as he's yelling at a store, like, this guy thought he was meeting a 12-year-old boy. Yeah, that one. Yeah, where he like tries to get, he's like fucking peeling out and running into shit.
Well, and the other thing is with those kind of ones, as opposed to like the guy who's actually talking to the police, you gotta wonder, like, is any of what they're saying true, or is this just some fucking dude? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I have no way of knowing if that guy like legitimately found a pedophile to harass, or if it was just easier for him to just pick this dude who looked kind of weird at a fucking Walmart one day, like, I don't fucking know. And I don't think it's really fair to judge anybody on those things, because you don't know. Maybe they're hired actors. Maybe they got paid to do a job as an actor and didn't even realize that it wasn't being portrayed as fictional. Like, there's so many things that could be going on there because of how gross and fucked up people get for like YouTube clout.
Right. Yeah, because there's definitely a lot of those where not trying to actually put them away in addition to making videos or whatever.
Yeah.
They're literally just trying to, essentially, like, well, I can call the cops, like, because some of them just want the to make fun of them and embarrass them or whatever, which is fine. They should be, but like, you should, if you can coordinate the cops and get them to fucking arrested, do that too. Like, because they'll be like, look, I can either call cops or you can have a conversation with me. Like, they'll do that kind of shit.
Yeah. That I saw that guy. I watched a bunch of his videos, and at first
they have no intention of calling the cops. They just want to fucking embarrass.
Because they know they
let him go free.
There's no law that's been violated by this guy because of what they did. Like, they just,
because you didn't.
It's called entrapment for a reason. It's legal for a reason.
Yeah, because they didn't coordinate with the cops.
And there's a reason it's unadmissible in court.
So at least the ones that are literally trying to get them put away, in addition to making them.
Those are, if you're working with the cops and legit, then I have nothing against them. The only people I have anything against are the ones that are like, they're just trying to make money off of it. They don't give a shit if anybody gets busted or not. They're just whatever gets them better ratings is all they're concerned.
And like you said, that happens. They're going to be incredibly cautious.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be super cautious.
Yeah, the
guy's
people
not
that get
gonna
busted
the same way again.
like that,
Very unlikely.
that don't get arrested or anything.
Yep. Very unlikely that guy's going to get busted because he's going to be on the lookout for that from now on. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of that stuff that's just too dodgy for me.
Cheap. Yeah. Yeah, if you're literally like, no, I don't only really the views and the fucking ad revenue. I don't really care if kids get, abused by this guy later instead of having him go to jail for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't give a shit about that part of it.
The other thing is they'll probably do research and find out ways to do what they do better.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing ain't
that's pretty fucked up.
Fucking good. That's the problem.
What the fuck? She tried to murder her entire village? Oh, I gotta watch that later. Sounds pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it does. Murder the whole village. Goddamn, lady. Slow down. Leave some murder for the rest of us.
Some kind of... Okay. I'll post that for you, too, if you're interested. Hell, did that not post? Oh, I posted the same thing twice. God damn it. I thought I did the... Delete. Yes, I am sure. Alright, let me try that again.
Double posting.
Where the fuck was it? Here we go. Oh, I only saved it to watch later, that's why. Dumbass. Alright. I'm a fucking idiot. Here we go.
Oh man, what is it? One of the things that drives me up the wall. That's Oh, I just lost the thought. Damn it. Oh, I've recently started watching videos on my phone, like at work. Like if I'm at work, I'll just watch a couple videos on my phone because I know they monitor the internet, so it'd be stupid to use the internet to watch YouTube, even though like I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just better to not.
Right.
And it's and
I
don't.
Why take a chance?
Yeah, I don't want to hook up to their internet and use my phone on it because then whatever else I'm searching on my phone is going to be on there. Not that I search anything inappropriate, but I just like to have my privacy. And sometimes I make like an order for Safeway the next day or something, and I don't want them to have my fucking login information, even if they never would do anything with it.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
But the number of ads on videos now is fucking crazy on some of these channels.
Yeah, it gets really fucking annoying.
Like every 2 or 3 minutes on a
10-minute
video.
Yeah, it's like every 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like an hour one that's like 10 of them. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, there'll be like a
I'm like, is that
30-minute video that like the guys I like watching do the fishing videos, and they're building like crazy boats and shit from stuff they bought at like Target that day or something. And I'm watching it at home, and I'm just watching the whole video because I got all the different ad blocks running. And then I use my phone, and I'm like, literally every 5 goddamn minutes, there's a fucking ad. Like, it's so fucking
and a lot of times it's double ads.
Oh yeah,
it's literally like double ads.
You have to watch this video. Like this ad, the video won't start playing until after. So you got to watch the video. You can't skip the ad, and then it won't fucking load properly.
Yeah, like even. Yeah, that's the fucking worst, dude. Oh shit, what did I do?
Oh no, what did you do? Why?
Oh yeah, no.
Why would you do that? I don't know what you did. But
I took off on an ATV. Yeah. No, I was driving an
Stealing an
ATV and a couple of enemies came up. And yeah, it turns out the ATVs do not protect you as well as an actual vehicle. It's weird.
That does make sense. I can understand why that would be slightly concerning.
Turns out when there's no metal around you, bullets will go right into you. It's weird. So unrealistic.
Yeah.
Do they disappear?
The bullets. When the bullets hit the bone.
Yeah, that was weird.
This is where
Oh.
you guys have been. Let's upgrade your armor, sir. I'm like doing scut work, running around upgrading armor on my base guards.
Nice. Put those guys up.
Well, it gives them an extra 200 or so AC. Sometimes 300 or 400, depending on their grit. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, this one's got a bunch of grit.
All that sounds good. Grit.
It's
grit as an official stat.
I have a thing about making sure all of my my thralls match, so they all have like the same kind of armor,
equipment,
and then I can even enchant it all to look like other things, so that it doesn't look like the kind of weird mishmashed armor that they've got going. So now I've got all of my my main guys look like they're like Australian cowboys, because they got the hat where one side is pinned up.
The hat.
And they're wearing like a shirt with a little vest and the little short pants with the little nice shoes there. They look kind of like they're cowboys from an like an 80s movie in Australia.
Like a bunch of Crocodile Dundees running around.
Yeah, exactly. And then the ladies have a skirt, but they have the same thing otherwise. And the problem is the pants that are on him and the skirt that's on her is the same item. It just looks different depending on if it's on a female thrall or a male thrall, which makes me like annoyed. And I don't want to give any of them the pants I'm wearing, although these are nice pants for like a main character, but the weird like front and back would look funky on the thralls. It wouldn't look right with that clean cut shirt that they got going. And then I'm going to start dyeing them so that I can tell apart like the different kinds of thralls. Because we've got bearers that can carry like a whole bunch of extra shit, and then regular just fighters. So I want to make sure like the bearers have something different about them so I can tell which ones are which.
You stay there, gyrocopter.
Nah, fuck it.
I'm still doing the Far Cry 4. I'm going like to all the spots on the map. I'm like, I don't remember what that is, so I'm gonna go check that out. But then I remember what it was, so it's not like, again, I've been to every fucking spot on the map, so it's pretty pointless.
Yeah, that does seem kind of.
Yeah, I should probably start playing some other game. A long time ago, really. I should have done.
Should have given up a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I was doing that thing with. I can't remember if I told you about that. Maybe it was the son I was talking to, but where I literally keep going back and looting the. And I literally got it to where I figure out exactly how far I have to go away to get them to reset. And go back and loot them again.
Oh,
like to the foot, basically, like the exact spot on the map.
Well, because you don't want to spend any more time than you absolutely have to. Right? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think I told you because I point crazy valuable the shit is.
Yeah, you want to get the stuff, but you also don't want to spend any more than the minimum time getting it. You don't want to spend the extra minutes getting it. Like just walking extra distance. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, like I know I'm always
literally. Because basically when you go back through it, there's like his little fucking what do they call it? I forget. Oh yeah, the Royal Fortress. Like in the last part of the game, you go to the fortress where there's a shitload of guards and all that. Then you go to the palace and you kill him, or you can spare him, but I always kill him. And then when you go back through it, though, at the end of the Royal Fortress, there's this big ass doors, and you can blow a tiny hole in it. Like it's not big enough to drive a regular vehicle through, but you can just squeeze through a quad, like a ATC or what ATV.
Oh, squeeze through
it because it's a long stretch of road that you'd have to run up if you don't have a vehicle. Yeah, it cuts the time like a tenth of the time to get up there as it takes if you're fucking running up there.
It's like in this game, you can run anywhere on the map, or you can get a horse and ride a horse anywhere on the map twice as fast. So, which do you want to do?
Yeah.
Obviously, the answer to that, I would hope
take the
for
time
most
to
people,
blow it up and then
is get there really fast.
Take the goddamn horse. Yeah. Unless you're just really like traveling in fake world on video games.
No,
I'm going to enjoy the view.
Fucking on the way. Beautiful though. This game is the stuff that they've done is really, really good looking. Like it looks really fucking cool. It's similar to Sea of Thieves.
I assume it gets old.
Wow, everything is just so well put together and beautiful and looks so nice. God, I wish they'd spent that amount of time making the gameplay just as nice.
Yeah, better.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But it does get old after a while for sure. That's why you get the horse. Or in my case, I have a series of teleporters. So what I'll do is if there's an area where I'm going to be getting a bunch of stuff for a while, I'll just build a fucking base near it and then just put a teleporter in my base. And then I can just instantly go there whenever I want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how they do the fast travel in games. Like okay, if I haven't been there yet, fast sense. But yeah, once you've been there, like, dude, just let me fucking warp there or whatever.
Yeah, why make me walk this entire distance? It's just kind of a waste of time.
Yeah. Like, I definitely get that. Although even on Skyrim, you can still just get the dude to the cart or whatever to fucking take most of the spots, or most of the main cities anyway. For a small fee.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's understandable that you can't just go everywhere instantly right from the start of the game.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But fast travel at a certain point is like a necessity.
Yeah, because if you had to backtrack actually across a map, shit, dude, this seems like an unnecessary grind.
Yeah, it would be a lot. Yeah, a lot.
This is not fun. Yeah, like I'm gonna tape down my controller in that direction and go smoke, and hopefully I'm closer to the spot. I'm almost to the spot by the time I get back.
Yes. Very, very.
Kind of like dealing with the dial-up modem back in the day. Kind of like the shit I would do when I had the dial-up modem back in the day. Like, all right, web page is loading. I'm gonna go smoke, and hopefully it's loaded by the time I get back.
Yeah, 10 minutes later, one of the titties is finally like on the screen. Slowly getting that.
I feel like all these.
Oh, that was one of the funny things.
I feel like all the people, all the young folks, should be submitted to, subjected to have to deal with a dial-up modem for like a day or two. Just to know how fucked up that shit was back in the day.
How fucking irritating it was. Oh man, what is it? What is it? Damn it!
I'm trying to think of what it was. Yeah, she's like one of my mom's friends. Like her son, back in the '80s was shit on the computers and all that. And that had to be like what, the 14.4 or some crazy, like not even close to 56K or whatever, or 64K, whatever the fuck it was. 56, right? Is the regular dial-up, I think. Whatever, but yeah, it was the one where you literally had a fucking,
the first one.
Yeah, but it was literally back in the days when you took the phone receiver and put it on a thing as the modem.
Yeah. Or you had to like not answer the phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it would kick you off if anybody called.
Yeah, well, no, I mean like you had to not answer the phone, like you had to let the phone ring through, and it would ring like once or twice, and then it would connect to the modem. So you had to make sure nobody answered it and started trying to talk in there, because you're like, why are you fucking me up, man? I think we ended up with a dedicated line for the computer after a while.
Yeah,
like there were so many fun little websites you could go do like flash games and stuff on. Plus all the different kind of games you could play online at that point. Like there was just so much more broad scope of things to do on the internet. Now it's very narrowed down. There's gaming, there's porn, and then there's research, so you can yell at somebody on Twitter,
Indeed. So much better.
So I have reached a quandary. I gotta go take a piss. And we got like 15 minutes left. Do we want to just call it early, or do we want to like have it come back?
Yeah, nobody's listening, dude. We might as well.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, there was some people listening early, and thanks them for stopping by. Right on.
Yeah, we appreciate you, whoever it was, Tourish and. But yeah.